Hello, hello. Welcome to the land of Prova. This is a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition homebrewed adventure where I take a few of my friends and we delve into some mayhem, some magic, and some mystery. And so glad to be once again streaming episode 1. This is our third attempt at episode 1. We've run into some different various technical issues for the last two episode 1s. And so hopefully this will have corrected all those issues. And so, we're excited to do this. And just to give you guys a real quick recap as to where we are now. Oh, by the way, I am Tom Tovar. I'm the Dungeon Master. And I'm going to try to do some real quick recap of what brought our characters to this point. We've only had 2 sessions before this. And so it's not a lot, but kind of is a lot. Our wonderful and amazing adventurers returned back to their main home base of Elderhold after doing some great work with the dwarves, and they came home to find that there was a present waiting for them in the shape of a long lost, thought to be dead father from Vecule. And so there was a moment of them going and checking out the body and paying their respects, only to find that the body did have all Dad's artifacts, but one too many fingers, which means that's not my daddy.
You are not the father.
So this has led them on to one of their quests, is to find out what in the world has gone on with Vecule's father. The other side of that is that the kingdom, while they were away, is starting to have all of these different assassination attempts on the child king. And they did find some interesting reasons as to why that was happening. One of them is that there seems to be an assassin who is somehow taking possession of other people's bodies and using those bodies to go and commit these crimes, trying to commit murder on the child king. And in our last episode, I believe 2 of our characters found out the name of that assassin. They did some sleuthing, some detective work, and they found out his name was Dipsum Soul. And so Dipsum Soul is that assassin. Also, during this whole time, they found an old enemy of theirs, and he is called the Soulless, who was a remnant of the old Lich King and his daughter, and some various things going on with them. So this is where we pick up. Before we actually get started in our adventure today, let's go ahead and run around the table and say who you are for the 3rd time. They're getting really good at it, guys. I'm telling you right now, they're getting really good at
No.
All right, so who you are, who you're going to be playing, and then just what class you are, and then we'll keep on moving forward.
My name is Jason. I am playing Elderhold Silvercloud, and he is an artificer.
Okay.
It's Cameron. I'm a Dragonborn warlock named Mike.
My name is Corey. I am playing an Asmar paladin named Pavel Strong.
Excellent. Alrighty, so in our very last episode, they did find their way to a town on the outside of the Elderhold province, named of Blackburn Castle, which is actually where Vecule was first born, and his early years were spent there. But for whatever reason, his mom and dad split up, and his mom went to a little town to the side called Leaside. And Dad went into Elderhold, where he was kind of one of the people in charge and kind of helped with the espionage and things that were going on in the city, kind of unearthing that. So he went to go pack cigarettes and a jug of milk, right? And never returned.
I have his brain.
And so, as the group all made their way to Blackburn Castle, this little province area, Vecule discovered something.
I can't walk through this invisible wall.
Exactly. So what happens when you try to get cross the bridge into the city?
A headache. It's pretty much like a migraine times hell.
Mm-hmm.
Physically can't move forward.
I think that's putting it lightly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so some kind of an invisible force is stopping you from going into the city of Black.
Snapshots. I mean, if you permit me to take your blood, I can test a theory.
You're gonna take my blood and try to throw it through the wall.
Thought about it. Or maybe just hold it and walk through and see what happens. I thought of another route, but I don't want to. No, I don't want to do that.
Why not? Do you have a safe way
Just give me a minute.
of collecting my blood that will then be disposed of after that you're not going to create clones of me?
So I'm going to start using the right tool for the right job.
Okay. So you're going to do a test to see.
Make a medicine kit, which will give me proficiency with said medicine kit, and I will extract his blood safely.
Excellent. So so we take some blood from you. You start running it through. Go ahead and do a investigation check or just a raw intelligence check, whichever one you decide. And let me know what the results are.
24.
24. So
He is a doctor. As you know.
the right tool for the right job, right? So you do this test, and he seems fine. Seems healthy. You know, maybe lay off some of the sweets. You know, a little high in cholesterol.
I don't need to be
stuff.
attacked like that.
But
Dr. Pepper's good.
So I'm going to hold on to the vial by the top, and I'm going to start walking across the bridge, and I'm going to watch the blood intently to see what it starts to do.
Something strange starts to happen with the blood.
Oh, good.
As you start going across, you start realizing that the blood itself is starting to have like little flecks, like almost like you put glitter inside of something, and it has a little sheen to it. And you realize that this is some kind of a magical sheen that's going on through the blood. The further and further you try to walk onto the bridge and further into the
I'm
city.
going to stop right here, and I'm going to really get close in there and inspect.
You try to inspect this, and you realize that there is some kind of a magical weave. And it's weaving through the actual blood cells. As a matter of fact, you can actually kind of see the heliogram or whatever it is, right? Of the blood cell, the blood, kind of that kind of an idea.
It's a double helix?
Double helix, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
The double helix, kind of a look to it. And you kind of see that kind of a thing where it's almost binding the blood itself from actually going into this area.
What do you see?
Well, that kind of explains it. You apparently have been magically altered. Like, down to your DNA. And the further I walk across this bridge with this, and as I'm getting back closer, my voice is coming back down. And as I'm getting closer to the city, the magic is glowing and glowing and glowing. That would explain your headache.
We're gonna try to pull
I wonder if there's a way to dispel this.
I am going to say, give me just a few moments. I'm gonna try to figure out this. I'm gonna go into the bushes, I'm going to lay down. I'm going to cast Identify on myself.
All right.
While he's doing that, because I know he's ritual casting it,
Yeah.
so he's going to be an hour.
Mhm.
So I'm going to use my medical kit, or all the medicine, plus the alchemy kit that I actually have, and see if there's a way that I can filter.
Hashtag dialysis.
There you go. Gonna try dialysis. All right. Yeah.
Magical dialysis.
Magical dialysis.
This is gonna take you some time as well. Go ahead and do. Actually, do a D4 for me real quick, just to see how long this is gonna take you.
A 1.
A 1. So it's only gonna take you probably about a good 20 minutes to get some kind of result. See if you can actually like really pull this off. As you're sitting down and you're making these kinds of adjustments, you two are already in the city. At this point, what are the two of you guys going to be doing?
Well, we were kind of at the church in the middle of something, I thought.
So he went to the church,
Mhm.
and then as he walked away with the other guys tried to go to a chamber and close it, and I stopped him and stole all his stuff out of it.
That's right, because the church is a front in this town. Yeah, so you actually made off with like a lot of gold. You got some brass knuckles now,
Yeah.
so you got some nice things. You are actually being taken on a little tour of the church itself, and obviously the guy who's giving you the tour has absolutely no idea what in the world he's talking about. He keeps using the word holy a lot, and he's pointing to objects that you know are not holy in any way, shape, or form. You know, it's like, oh, look at this. This is our most treasured and holy artifact. You're like, that's a candle lighter. Like, what are you? That's not helpful.
Keep like a straight face. You know.
Yeah.
Got my helmet on, doesn't matter what face I'm
You're intimidating. That's what it is.
Yeah, I saw his face. I'm the only person.
So,
Yeah.
at a point in this tour that he's giving you, he actually stops and turns and says, "So what is it that you're actually looking for, good sir knight, cleric, person?"
Well, I've been brought here to search for things. Elderhold matters. Doesn't really concern you too much.
Oh yes,
But,
all hail Elderhold. Yeah, it's a good place.
Always like to check in with the church, just see on any matters, while I'm out on my adventures. So don't worry, just routine.
Oh, good. As you can see, this is very tip top and well in shape, and dotted all our I's and crossed our T's and so
You
forth.
think so?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I mean,
You say you're proud of the work you do here?
well, I mean, there's always room for improvement. I mean, that it goes without saying. The great Meander is always interested in us.
What was that?
Our Lord. You know his name.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yes. Yeah, that guy.
And I
And
say in his ear, and I was like, I found secret room now. All the money.
Are you invisible or?
No, I
he was in
haven't.
the other room with
Oh, that's right.
the sending stones.
Like, oh, okay. Well, I believe this tour is at a. I can conclude this. Can we go back to the front? I'd like to take my leave here.
Oh, absolutely. Let's head up there. And so he's very anxiously getting you out the door, moving a little quicker than he was when he was working in the back. And so I believe you left that guy, his comrade, stuck to the ground in front of the door. Yes.
Yeah, he's on a web right now. So I'm gonna go behind him and actually camouflage into the wall. And then when they come,
So he's gonna leave him there on the ground.
yeah. So I'm gonna go behind him so he can't see me. I'm gonna camouflage into the wall and wait for them to come back.
All right. So you walk into this whole cathedral area and you see the guy who greeted you as you came into the church, and he is webbed to the ground. I think he's unconscious too. You knocked him out, right? If I remember correctly. So yeah, he's knocked out and just covered in webs. Did you shut the door that he was trying to mask? And now there's like a part of the wall that's kind of opened up, and you see like different things inside that are like kind of nefarious in nature.
Just gonna
So
beeline it.
just like,
Just gonna start just walking right over that direction.
nothing to see. I mean, oh, good. Hey, so come again sometime, brother.
Just gonna walk in, push the door open even farther, and I'm just gonna turn around and look at him.
All hail Our Lord.
And as I'm gonna sneak up behind him since I'm camouflaged into the wall.
Okay.
Jimmy,
You're gonna knock him out?
No. I'm gonna go, since I'm so small, I'm gonna fly right into his ear. And I'm gonna go. And I'm gonna cast sleep on him.
Oh, all right. Cast it. What is it? What save is that?
It's not a save.
It's not safe.
Oh, that's right. It's
He gets
based off
die
in.
equal to hit points.
Yep. Yeah, he's not. He doesn't have very many hit points.
How
So-
many people are in this cathedral?
Just the two of them.
Just the two?
Yep.
But it had more earlier, right? And now it's emptied out? Or...
Well, usually this place has more people running around inside of it, but at this point in the day, there's just the two guys who are running the place.
Okay.
And now he's sleeping.
Oh yeah,
And
and he
now
is
I'm gonna
just.
push him into the web, so he's stuck there. This is our base now.
There you go. There it is.
I agree. Now, let me go about and make things as they should be in the house of God.
Oh.
I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna start just destroying any idol altars. And...
Yeah, you're gonna have quite a job to work on there.
Yeah.
And can I just with my web using druidcraft, can I just kind of just use my magic and tie them up so they're in the cocoon and all you can see is their heads?
Absolutely. That sounds awesome. So yeah, just
I'm gonna ask him can you catalog everything? I just need to know what's all is in that room back in there.
Well-
We need to know what they were up to.
Some drugs, some weapons,
yeah.
no money.
Well, it's up to us that it doesn't get into the wrong hands. So let's just make sure that see if there's a ledger or.
Is there
Oh no.
No ledgers?
ledger.
no contacts?
No contacts. It's just the storage place that they stuck all the.
Contraband?
Yep, all the contraband.
I'm gonna work on getting just this main room better. If you could check around, see if there's anything else, and then we need to check in with the other guys and let them know this will be our place.
Okay.
So the church is actually pretty close to the entrance, and so you can actually communicate through your rocky talkies.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let them know what we found. I'll be like, hey guys, there was just some nefarious shit going on, but don't worry, we took care of it. And good news, we secured a new base for the Knights of Elderhold for our investigation here in Blackburn. So,
Well, while you're doing that, I'm trying to figure out how to get Vacuole into the city. Right now he's being stopped by a magical force on the bridge.
Fun fact, I won't be able to use that new House of Lathander.
we'll get you in.
Have you tried flying over?
I don't particularly care to chance falling from...
Do you want me to make you small and I can carry you?
No, that's okay. I get a very bad headache.
It's in his blood. We're figuring it out. I'll keep you apprised.
If you guys need anything to help set up camp, I'm sure we have some newly won supplies that we can send
Do you
out
want to
to
make you a tent? You have a bush? I can make your tent a bush?
That's all right.
Your bush a tent?
I'm trying to figure out what's in my my blood right now.
As at this point, it seems like a very large troop is making their way into the city, and they're all crossing that bridge. They're about to cross that bridge. As they're doing so, you see that there seems to be some kind of an official standing on the opposite side that you are standing. And he's sitting there, he's waiting for the troop to come forward. And as they do, he kind of goes up to them and starts talking back and forth. They seem like they're kind of old chums and that kind of a thing. Would you like to listen in? Perception check.
Of course.
Do they have any banners? Yeah,
Oh, yes. Many, many banners.
I'll try to listen in as well.
Perception is 21.
21. So you hear, basically this is like a circus basically that's coming to town. And the chief guy that's welcoming them in, he actually works for the steward of this whole area. And so he's talking to them about, oh, this is really great. So glad you guys were able to come a little early. Were you able to get all the different animals and different creatures and things? And is your attractions, are they really good this year? And so they're just having a conversation about the circus basically that's coming in. And he's very, very excited about this whole situation. So you see cages, you see different types of animals. They're actually quite exotic. Like, these come from all over the place. So, I mean, you even see like some wolves, some like really like big wolves. Just kind of just all kinds of things that are displayed all throughout the land. So it's very interesting. What are you guys doing?
I would be skeptical. Well, I've never probably seen any of these in my life. What?
Yeah. They don't go to Elderhold just because it's a little harder to get there.
Right, whether it'd be that they're so exotic. So given the red dragon fiasco,
I've hunted most of these beasts.
I think I'd be quite skeptical.
Okay.
If they're people.
Um,
But I mean, I'd have to talk and investigate to find that out.
Okay. You finish up your ritual about this time. Nothing's coming up. Like you do an internal assessment of yourself, and you find yourself, your inner child.
Oh boy.
No, you actually don't. You can't detect any kind of magic on
I'm
you,
gonna say, let's not open that can of worms right now.
which is really strange because you already know that he is able to see it in your blood as he's trying to cross the bridge. But it only appears when trying to cross the bridge.
Yeah, you'd actually go into the into the crap and then identify yourself.
And then that was my next step. I was gonna do that initially, but I wanted to do it sneakily. But if he tells me that he can see things happening, then I'm gonna probably do that.
You're gonna walk into the field of pain.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you just gonna walk just to the
After the circus goes by.
Okay. It takes a little bit of time for that circus to kind of make its way in. It's kind of large. But after a while, all those things go by. You see jugglers, you see, tightrope walkers, all that kind of stuff. Mimes, you kind of want to kill them, but that's okay. So yeah, they all make their way through. And the official is still standing there. He's kind of watching everybody, kind of cataloging and, seeing who's coming into the city, kind of stuff. All right, so the bridge is yours. Are you going to go?
I'm going to go. I'm going to try to talk to him first. Say, hey, where did you start seeing the magic happen?
Remember where you started getting a headache?
Yeah.
Right there.
Mm-hmm. Dead center.
About halfway through. Was I able to figure out if I could separate?
Nope.
His blood from his blood?
Nope. You get to a point where you feel like it's going to separate, and as soon as it one little piece is holding on, then suddenly it's almost like a magnet kind of swirls back together, and it's tight.
Starts over. Yeah.
Whoa.
I'll go.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go right to where I have the moderate headache, not a severe one.
Just so you start feeling the effects?
Yeah, I don't have to take Tylenol or anything like that.
Okay, so you stand there, and you're right at the precipice, one little step further, and you're going to start feeling everything, so you kind of prepare yourself and kind of get yourself kind of bolstered up.
I have to get pushed by my dragon.
Yep. Order the dragon behind you. He starts pushing you just slightly. And again, as soon as you start to move in, it's like you can see a light is kind of bothering you, and you can tell this is a migraine. This is how it started before. A little light, and then comes the pain. Then comes the sickness feeling. Then if you keep moving forward, it's going to get really nasty. So you're just standing there, and you're going to cast Identify.
Ritual cash it again.
Do me a favor. Do a just raw roll of a 20.
That's a 1.
Excellent. The facial expressions that you're making show the sickness, and it shows the pain that you're kind of dealing with, and it alerts the guy who's taking notes of everything, the guy who's working for the steward, and he sees you, and he runs over to you. Excuse me. Do you require assistance?
No. He's fine.
He looks like he's in pain.
No, he's working on something. He's fine.
I'm doing my thing, but I can still go like that to him.
Very well. You're sure now?
Did you happen to tell me what your father's name was? No. Okay. Never mind.
Do you remember?
It's in my notes.
The name is.
I wouldn't know it because I've only heard him.
Gildren.
Gildren.
I've
Gildren
only
is
heard
correct.
his father reference as his father.
That's right. It is Gildren, though. So he kind of looks you over a little bit. Okay. If you're sure. And he kind of backs away and, goes and follows the circus back into the town. As you're doing a investigation on yourself, usually what happens with an investigation is you are trying to find out where the magical origins of things are. And in your investigation of what's going on with yourself, this magical origins, you realize that you really can't pinpoint what it is, but you can pinpoint the type of magic that's being used.
So, was it created by a spell?
In a matter of speaking.
Okay. I learned all of its properties, how to use whatever the blood is. So just whatever the identifier.
Your dragon is made up of the same kind of magic. You see the signature in yourself that you see that's written onto him as well. Yeah, so there's lots of stuff going on here. So,
I'm gonna start talking to my dragon.
okay, go for it. What do you want to ask him?
Flagon, I'm getting these unbelievable headaches and aches and pains from trying to cross into this realm. I believe we share the same blood, and I can't go through. Are you able to?
He just hops in, walks to the other side of the bridge.
And I'm gonna say, come back. I'm gonna ask him, where did Brahm or the yak get you from?
He doesn't know. The only thing he knows is seeing Brahm for the first time, or the person he believes his name is Brahm.
I'm gonna ask him, can you draw blood from my dragon and see if it does the same thing?
Will he allow me to?
Of course.
All right.
You approach it, and he's looking at you, little fangs popping up a little bit.
I put my hand on his head and say, it's alright.
I say in Draconic, it will be okay. I'm very proficient at what I do.
And it's whimpering. This is a beast, goes after devils and demons and foes, but he's a little nervous by needles.
I hate needles too.
Just look the other way.
And so it kind of closes its eyes, pulls itself aside.
You won't even feel a thing.
Maybe.
All right. It's
All
going
right.
to be a little pinch. And I start counting, and then I just lightly stick so he doesn't feel it.
So it fills the stick, and you can see it turns its head slightly and snaps, but it's like not even close to you. It's like, can't eat him, can't eat him. And you can hear this inside your head, like, don't bite him, don't bite him, don't eat him, don't eat him, just don't do it. Nope. Master said, don't bite him. I can't bite him. I should bite him later, though.
You'll get a treat from this.
All right, so you now have a vial of the dragon's blood.
Testy, testy, testy.
As you're doing the test, you immediately see that there's no glitter, there's no nothing. Just regular dragon blood. Oh, wyvern blood. He's a wyvern.
No. It's
Just me.
It's just dragon blood. Or wyvern blood. That's right.
We're going to leave you guys there for a little bit, and we're going to come back to these guys. You guys have been making a lot of great progress on the church. It's starting to clean up, starting to actually look like an actual place of worship. As you're cleaning, though, you do find that there are evidences of like people staying the night, like in like small rooms and things like that. You get the impression that it was kind of like used as a like the stash people at one point. But for whatever reason, they haven't been used in a really long time. Like, it's very dusty, it's very dirty. Maybe this was something they did way back when, but now they don't ever use these things. As a matter of fact, as you're cleaning, you realize that no one has actually even been in the back half of this church. They only use the front half. The front half is very clean and kind of orderly, but everything else is in like disrepair. Even something has like cobwebs over it, things like that. It's very kind of a weird sensation, like this is an abandoned building, but only in the back.
And what time? Like, what time of day is this? Is it?
You're getting closer to nightfall. You probably have like another an hour or two before it gets dark. You do hear the circus making its way past you guys at this point. And they're actually setting up not too far from the church, because the church is like the center, like the plaza area. And so that's where they're setting up all the cages and that kind of thing. So it's right at the front of the church.
Do you have a map by any chance? Or?
I do not.
Okay. So like when we were heading here, did Brahm give us any information about like, is there like a trade office or any representatives of Elderhold here at all? So this is like a vassal of Elderhold?
Yep. It's only held in power by the steward. He's just taking care of this place, but everybody here holds their allegiance to Elderhold. So it's way more than just an alliance. Like, they own this area. At one point it wasn't that way, which is why there's a castle here. But yeah, it belongs to them. So if you walked into the king's area and with your credentials, you should be able to get in there and even see the steward himself if you wanted to.
Okay. Well, Maeve, now that we kind of have a good place for our investigation here, I mean, we need to find out as much information about either the Solus or this assassin. I believe they share the information about the assassin's name.
Mm-hmm.
What was his name one more time?
So,
Finnick Soul or something?
Dipsum Soul.
Dipsum Soul?
Dipsum Soul.
I can go talk to the steward. I think, as a representative of the church and as a knight, I'd be able to get in pretty quickly. What do you think would be...
I mean, I'll go with you, and then
You wanna do
also
that,
you
or-
see her snap her fingers, and she'll be dressed like one of the townspeople.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
So you're gonna go see the steward?
Let's go see the steward. We'll let you guys know through the stones. Like while there's still light, we're gonna go see the steward. If you can get through, we'll meet you back at the church. If not,
We actually just saw the steward. He was heading into town. Like, he just passed by us.
Okay.
He was inviting a circus into town.
Yeah. I mean, with their directions, we'll head to wherever we try to find him in the town.
Yeah, actually, he gives a little short description of what he looks like. And as a matter of fact, you walk outside, and it's a circus, so there's lots of flags, lots of different colors, bright things going on. But it doesn't take you long to realize who the steward is, because he is very dressed really nicely. He's walking amongst the people, though, so he's not one of those stewards that is high and mighty. He kind of views himself as just kind of like one of the people. And so he's in there talking to them, even helping, do some little menial stuff to help them set up for this whole circus that's coming to town. So yeah, you see him.
Hail, steward. Do I know his name?
No, just steward is fine.
Just walk up to him.
Yes, hail. I think I know you.
We are the Knights of Elderhold. We come as representatives of the king. Is there
Knights
somewhere
of Elderhold.
private we could discuss some matters of great importance?
Oh, well, if it's come from Elderhold, of course, yes, absolutely. We can go to my castle if you so desire, or we could just... I know this really nice place in the end of this bar. There's a little back room that they have that's really quite nice. I'm quite partial to their port as well. Whichever you desire. I mean...
I could use a meal, Maeve.
Yeah, I like one, please.
Port it is.
We trust your judgment.
Excellent. So it takes you to this little inn. It's actually right there in that little area, downtown area. And as soon as he walks in, you hear the barkeep, and she says, Stuart! Glad to see you again, the usual. Not yet, well, except for the port. And wine for you fine people, yes?
I'll take water. and a meal, dinner.
Meals and a little bit of port. And so he takes you into the back, sits you down, and it's this really nice little cozy little area in this inn. He sits you down. Oh, yes. So tell me, what is going on in the great happenings of Elderhold? Tell me.
Oh, where do I start? Well, we were attacked by, the soulless ones. People are trying to attack the king that are possessed by demons.
That was a rumor.
No, it's all true.
Is His Highness okay?
Yes.
Oh,
He has his knights to protect him, but clues have led us here, and we have questions to ask of you.
here. Oh my goodness, that is very concerning. We're actually kind of a small community, even though, yes, of course, we have a castle here. But what clues led you to my doorstep?
I don't want to get into the specifics just yet. I would like to get our bearings here first.
Absolutely,
We've
absolutely.
actually already established a base here in town, just
Excellent.
as representatives of Elderhold, so don't worry about that. But we do have a name we would like you to look into.
Absolutely. Anything I can do to help Elderhold? Well, what name should you be looking for?
Dipsum Soul.
Dipsum. Dipsum. That's clever. That's very clever.
That's his name.
Do share.
Is there a case of those?
It's
Is there
It's
case
a
of those
dipsum.
somewhere, or
It's-
are they-
There's one can left.
someone who's a drunkard is a dipsum.
His sons are bringing
So-
them all.
Soul drinker? That's kind of funny. Now that I think of it, though, it's not kind of disturbing. Never mind. Anyways, so Dipsum Soul. Anything else that you'd like me to look up for you guys?
That'll do for now. We will reconvene with you tomorrow.
That'll do,
Excellent, excellent. If there's anything that we can do to help out the greatness of Elderhold, please let me know. Feel free to come to the castle, and any of my servants there will be happy to assist. Until then, I will go and talk to them and see what they can find in the archives, and I'll get back to you. Where can I reach you? Should I find any kind of information?
At the new Church of Lathander in the city center.
Oh, yes, the church hasn't been used in quite a while, from my guesses. Oh, well, that's fine. I'll be happy to make sure to bring any kind of evidence or information to them.
I'm sorry, you said to your knowledge it hasn't been used in quite a while?
Yes, it's been kind of a pet project for people to go in there and try to clean things up and make things better, but no one's actually, finished their work, really.
Interesting.
Well, if anybody can get the church up and running, I dare say it might be a Knight of Elderhold.
We appreciate the vote of confidence. You can send your representatives there and we'll meet with you tomorrow.
Absolutely. And at this point, the lady comes in. She got some meals for you guys. He kind of just takes the bottle of port and says, well, wish you the best of luck. And he walks off with the port and just starts directing straight for the bottle.
Now that he's gone, I'm going to take off my helmet and put it down and
Holy shit.
learned a lot in our recent adventures. And I've learned to let go of certain.
He just said, "Fuck it."
To let go of certain, let's just say, superstitions that I've held for quite a while. But I'm gonna lean in. I'm like, don't you think it's odd that he's just so helpful and just not very?
Yeah, he's like a cultist.
He's not very convinced with that, or doesn't seem to be very forthcoming or interested in why we're actually here. It doesn't seem.
Do you think it's also odd that this food smells really delicious? Do you think it's poisoned? Or drugged?
You guys are really interesting.
I don't think they would. But they would
Okay,
directly
you,
strike.
You eat
at-
first. I'll wait like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
He has a high enough constitution.
I'll dive in. Yeah.
All right. You dive in. It's nothing really special. It's got kind of like a homey feel to it, but yeah, it's fine. Nothing wrong with it. At least for the first 15 minutes, right?
Well, whoever brings in the food, I'm pulling in. I'm gonna ask them some questions. I'm like, so what does the town think of your steward here?
So it's a server, and her name is Ems.
Ems.
And so Ems comes in and says, "Oh, yes, the steward. Yeah, well, he's kind of an odd steward. Well, he's very good at his job. I mean, there's lots of peace and lots of great things going on. Obviously, the circus comes in at least once a year now. But yeah, it's he's just a jolly kind of a person."
Okay.
Oh, look, can I get a to-go box? I'm fasting right now, so I'm gonna eat it later.
Fasting. All right, well, yeah, sure. We can package this up for you. This is all going on the steward's tab, I am assuming then.
Yes.
Obviously. Is there anything else I can get to go for you?
Maybe 2 more meals. We have friends back at the church that have been cleaning all day.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Anything for the church. And so she goes back and she gets some more meals. They've taken great care to like make sure it's all nicely put together and things like that. It's really nice, actually. They even get a little tote bag. Yeah.
So, I mean, is it what is the general tenor about religion in this town? Like, were they at odds with there not being a church here, or were they privately worship, or is that like? Because most major towns, I guess, would have something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
other than the one church, there's nothing, and no one seems to be arguing about it or anything else. Everybody seems to be like okay with it. We could ask more questions about that.
This town is just something strange here going on. We definitely need to look into. There's just a lack of faith here, and it doesn't sit right with me.
There's more than that.
Well, in my experience, there's never a lack of faith. So if they're hiding that, then they're hiding a lot more. And let's go out and meet with them and see if we can help at all. Bring them their food.
Okay. Yeah. So as you leave the inn and you hear the bartender there, pleasant night. Very nice people, very very put together. The circus that's coming in, they're a little bit more lively. They kind of make you feel a little bit normal because they are a little bit drunk, a little disorderly, a little bit more crazy, a little bit more risk takers. This town does not feel like it has a lot of risk takers. Everybody's kind of like they follow the letter of the law. Everybody's kind of pleased with one another.
No.
Pleasantville.
Is there any like homeless or squalor?
Do a perception check. See if you can see any.
All the homeless people are exiled.
It's a 3.
You don't really see
Very
any.
enamored with this circus.
Yeah, so there's not very many. I mean, you see somebody who's like not wearing the best of clothes, but they don't really look like they're homeless.
It's like Chandler.
But even the person who's like the least decorated, the one who has the least amount of like nice clothes, seems like he's perfectly fine and happy and enjoying the exhibits and talking to a juggler and that kind of stuff. So it's very pleasant. Very pleasant in Pleasantville.
Just gonna kind of shake my head and just work my way through the crowd, get to the outskirts of town.
You actually knock someone over as you're trying to like push through. It was a dwarf. You just didn't see him because he was kind of small and that kind of things, and you kind of accidentally run into him.
Pardon, sir. I'm gonna reach down.
Oh, my pardon. I'm so sorry. I must have been in your way. I do apologize about that. Is there any way I can help you? I must have stopped you from going somewhere. Yes.
I'm just off to meet some companions. No worries.
Ah, very well, very well. Have a wonderful day. Have a blessed night. He just turns and walks off.
I feel like I should check my things, but I don't think Papa would do that.
Oh, you're really blessed.
This is a psychological horror.
I love how it's kindness and nothing wrong, and you guys are all like, something's bad.
So
we
Have
must
you been to
burn the
United
city.
States?
All right, yeah. So everything seems nice. Everything seems great. Everybody's in good moods. Maybe it's the circus. The circus is exciting,
Or maybe
something new. Puts people in
interesting.
Colt.
a good mood.
Serial killers.
Alright.
What do you do?
I'm gonna start walking, a little fast walking, because that guy just gave me the creeps.
Don't you fly?
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna fly away.
All right.
I got the bag of food in my hands. Yeah, I'm just gonna go fly.
Fly away!
By the time you get to these guys, it's already dark. They're starting to put up the lanterns and the lights out in the city. The circus is not going to be ready for tonight. They're just kind of like trying to set things up. They'll most likely finish tomorrow and start setting up the exhibits and that kind of stuff. But for tonight, they're just coming into town, having a good time. But yeah, it's actually really serene. Actually, this whole city sits on the edge of the ocean on the right-hand side of the east side of the island, really, right? And so you can hear the waves crashing. People having a good time. There's something going on in the town that's like, joyful, that kind of stuff. New lively people. So, yeah, and then you meet these guys out in the city by the bridge. Can't get in.
I'm gonna think in my head. Brahm, if you can hear me, I summon you.
Nothing.
I say it out loud.
The Admiral? I don't think he can hear you from here.
Not the Admiral.
Oh, I think he was just messing with you. I think the merchant's name is just the merchant.
And we got
Maybe.
dinner, and you don't want him to ruin your appetite, because he ruins every mood he's in.
You start hearing a little bell.
Look at what he has and look at what my blood does.
I mean, I already discussed it, right?
It's
But like that's magic for sure.
he's magically, his very essence is magically bound, so he cannot enter this place.
It's kind of magic is beyond me. We could go
kind
back
of
to one of the greater churches of Lathander, possibly seek help there. But
The only
I think we
person.
know the source of this, don't you?
I have no idea what the source of this is. It may be a contract.
Well,
it may
from
be
what
from
you-
my birth,
From what you said, it was the same as your
as my father. Yeah.
and your wyvern. The source is
My wyvern was
the
able to.
merchant.
Wyvern was able to walk right in.
But the magic.
The magic would be the same. Yes.
So we have to go to the source to get the answers.
Where's the source?
And I'm gonna like, don't you hear it?
The bells.
The bells.
Yeah.
Not getting any closer.
Didn't you mention the fact that when you were a child you were very sick?
Very sick. And then one day,
Is it possible that this magic that's attached to your very DNA is what made you not sick any longer?
very possible.
I'm gonna go find the bells.
Shortly thereafter, my father left.
You go around the corner, and it's just around the little bend, and you see that someone has just left a bell, just sitting there, and it's the exact same bell, but for whatever reason the wind is pushing it, and so it's just rattling against the little branches and things.
Well, he's taunting you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna grab it and bring it back over to you.
It's the same one as I have here. Now I have two bells. I'm going to start my own yak.
There you go.
Always needs more cowbell.
Yeah.
It's at this point, a very beautiful woman, and she's very nicely dressed, comes running up to the bridge, and she's calling out, the heroes of Elderhold. Are you guys the heroes of Elderhold?
Depends who's asking.
Yes, madam. What can we do for you?
Oh, thank you. Yes, the steward asked me to give this to you.
I thought it. You said it. It's awesome.
And so she hands over this thing, and it's actually quite detailed. It says, Dibsum Soul has actually been something that people have heard, and it's different places. There's not really a lot of information on Dibsum Soul, but for whatever reason, he likes to tell people his name before he kills people and then runs away. But yeah, it's been kind of all over Elderhold in general, the province of Elderhold. And so she looks at you and says, "Is there anything else that you require that I can supply for you? We do have very excellent records."
I find it odd that we have a meeting with the steward tomorrow morning. Why would he send this information to us tonight?
Well, he thought this was important information for you to have.
Give me everything you have on Gildren Zuraskin.
Is there anything else that you need?
Oh.
Any other support? Any other?
He just said, get him more information on Gildren Saraskin.
I'm sorry.
What he just said.
Gildren who?
Saraskin? Saraskis?
Is that someone you want me to look up into?
Yes, please.
All right, Gildren Saraskin. I'll
Can
be
you
happy
see me?
to. Anything else that I can do
Like,
for you?
give us a moment. Wait here. I'm gonna come back to the group. I'm gonna be like, they gave this information so quickly and freely. I think they're trying to lead us in another direction. I'm not sure we can trust these people.
And
we
I'm gonna
should
have-
keep what
I'm gonna
we're
have the bad
searching
of
for,
food
what
of you.
we're doing here
It's
to
poison, it's
ourselves.
food. He ate it right away, but I don't trust them. They're too happy for me.
He looks still alive.
For now.
I don't think it's poison. If he's still alive, if he ate it and he's still alive, I don't think it's poison.
Feeling fine. Don't have to worry about it.
What's
I'm
her
small
name?
metabolism.
I mean,
he's
I've-
big metabolism.
I've
You know.
seen some lingering poisons.
She said
but
she was a representative of
So
the steward.
We're
They
all
usually
around
kick
her,
in
right?
I'd asked her to
20,
wait
30
while I
minutes.
was
Yeah.
conferring.
Yeah, she's standing in the middle of the bridge.
Any information is useful, obviously, but useful information is what we need, not
Does she
Wild
look at
The
him
more we
at
tell
all?
them, the more they know about what we're looking for. Give them.
She's actually not looking at any of you guys. She's just kind of waiting, looking around.
I'm gonna say, excuse me, how many of us do you see?
It's a funny question.
Just answer it.
Well, there's four of you.
Oh. Okay, so you just ignore him first. Okay.
Oh, all right.
I look at her and I say, look at me.
Are you deaf?
I'm right here.
He just-
Our friend is
He's
addressing
talking to you.
Can you hear me?
These are an odd lot. Can you just give me whatever it is you want me to
I
take
put my
care
hand
of?
on his shoulder. Can you see this person right here? That I have my hand on right now.
What game are you playing?
No game.
I'm gonna,
Answer the question. Can you see a person standing right here?
There's no one there. You're not putting your hand on anybody. I don't know what you're playing at,
I'm gonna.
but I'm feeling as though you're making a jest at me, and I don't appreciate this.
So who's the fourth person you see?
What are you talking about? There's still the
So
four of you.
1, 2, 3. Where's the fourth? If you
The
can't see
fourth
him.
one, and she points to the dragon.
I'm gonna ready Sacred Flame in my hand. Does she see it?
She has no reaction.
Cool. I'm gonna cast it on her.
Nothing happens.
Does it go through her?
Like you can't cast it. Something's stopping you from casting it on her.
Okay, this is creepy. Wait a minute. Becky, the steward could see you, but she can't.
Right.
I'm sorry, who?
The steward?
I need to go. I need to go back and see the steward and report to him what's going on. I shall make sure that he brings you some great food. Are you planning on staying here, though?
I'm gonna try to cast Polymorph on her.
Can't do anything. You can't affect her whatsoever. It's the same kind of feeling that
Gotta
you
use
get.
all those spell slots, though.
It's the exact same effect that you feel as you trying to cross the bridge.
Right.
It's the exact same thing. You're trying to focus in on her to target her,
I can't focus
and
enough.
as soon as you do, the migraine comes, and it starts to make you feel sick.
Ask her what her name
Wait
is.
a moment. Don't leave yet. I'm gonna turn and whisper in my book. She reacted to Vecchio's name. We need to keep quiet.
Well, also, too, the steward could see him earlier.
Ask what her name is.
I have concerns. We need
So
to.
she cannot.
We need to get the steward out alone. No.
Did any of thinking back? Did any of the circus folk acknowledge his existence?
But they didn't acknowledge yours either. For the most
Well-
part, they're just going from one place to
Just
the
like
other.
lying in a bush, I thought. Right?
Yeah, you guys were lying in
But
bushes,
the steward.
and the steward interacted with you.
Yeah.
She is not.
There's
Very clearly not.
I'm going to command my dragon by her.
And so the dragon comes over to her and she kind of looks at it. Should I be?
I'm gonna slap his snout.
Yeah, I'm gonna like step up and be like, don't worry, I'm gonna grab the dragon's head.
I'm feeling a little worried about my own safety now. I think maybe I should leave.
Yeah, I think that's best.
You're dismissed.
Okay. I'll make sure that the steward brings some wonderful meals for you, and
I don't think she's real.
She's definitely real.
I don't believe so.
And then so she takes off. And she's kind of like walking a little fast because she's a little nervous, but she keeps taking little looks back at the dragon. And keeps walking a little faster. And
I saw her in town earlier.
She
She's
doesn't
definitely real.
acknowledge me, and I can't cast a spell on her.
Well, then it must have something to do with this barrier. It's not her.
You can't cast. You cannot affect anything on the inside of the barrier.
I thought we were on the outside.
We are on the outside. She was on the
standing
inside.
bridge.
Oh. Alright.
Apparently, neither you nor anything that comes out of you
Yeah.
can penetrate this barrier.
fantastic word choice.
I thought so.
I'm gonna look concerned and be like, Maeve, can you maybe track her and see what she's gonna go do? She heard Vecchio's name and she reacted. I think she's gonna go right to the steward and we're gonna learn something now.
Okay, I'm gonna just set the food down. I'm gonna fly up and go, like, stealthily go after her.
All right, roll for stealth. Also roll for perception. It's getting dark and it's going to be kind of hard to track her.
I'm gonna have my binoculars on, my
All right,
goggles.
then skip the perception.
Goggles of dark vision.
That's right.
I knew those were gonna come in handy.
I'm gonna run to catch up to her while casting light and be like, ma'am, I don't want you to walk back in the dark alone.
Oh, I really do appreciate
25.
that. It gets quite scary out here.
I'll accompany you to the circle.
Oh, that is very, very nice. And so you can see that she's kind of putting her hands on you and oh, my savior. And she kind of just walks with you, going up there. She knows that you're a man of religion, and so you can see it's kind of awkward for her, but she's still trying to flirt with you a little bit as you're making your way in. And you rolled for stealth.
Yeah, I got a 18 plus 7, so 25.
25. You are the knight. You are flying up pretty high. You got your wonderful goggles of night vision. You can see that whole situation really nicely and easily. You lead her to the center of the town?
Yeah, I'm gonna, while I run off, I'm gonna whisper into the rocks to them and be like, I'm gonna go find out what I can from the steward.
Because he clearly is involved somehow.
He clearly knows something.
So she gets to the center of town and she kind of looks at you and says, thank you so much for leading me here. I think I can make it from this point forward.
Would you like a light?
I would love a light. That'd be fantastic.
Of course. And then I'm gonna cast light on her hand.
Oh, she's very entertained looking at her own hand and stuff, and so clever. And then so she waves goodbye to you and then
I'm gonna, as soon as she gets
castle.
out of I'm gonna whisper to Maeve and be like, I marked her. She's easy to follow.
Oh yeah, super easy for you to track. No roll needed. She got a little glowing beacon. It's
I'm just
interesting.
gonna go into the church and make sure things are as we left them.
Oh yeah, no one's even been in here since you guys even walked in the first time. It's just been those two guys.
Should I wait here or should I go back out? What do you guys think?
I whisper, wait here. I'll be out. I'll let you know if I have trouble.
All right, I'll just kind of bunker down in the church.
We need to figure out how the steward's involved.
There
Might
is
need your help.
there is a window that you can probably perch yourself at and listen into the conversations going on inside the chambers for the steward. So I would imagine that that's where you'd go, because that's exactly where she's heading, is to that steward. She walks in, and as soon as she walks into the steward, she says, the Knights of Elderhold were very, very pleased at how quickly you were able to get the information to them, sire. I think that we're going to be a great help to them. That's great news. I'm so happy to hear that. Is there anything else that they require? Maybe some port. That's always my favorite. Oh, no. They maybe a meal for the morning. That might be a good thing. But for some reason, they're staying at the bridge. They spend a lot of time there. Maybe we'll send the meal to the church first, and if they're not there, we'll send it on to the bridge. But they did ask for us to look for another name. Oh, by all means, what is the other name that we need to be looking for? They said that we needed to be looking for Gildren. Gildrun's Rest. Why does that name sound so familiar? Gildrun's Rest. Well, I'm sure it's going to be in your records. Go ahead and tell them to go and start doing a search for that. Gildrun's Raskin. It'll come to me. Probably tonight when I'm sleeping. That's when it'll come to me. That's what always happens. As soon as you put your head down to the pillow. And then suddenly these names pop up in your head, right? And she kind of just laughs at him. Oh, yes, yes. And so she takes off, goes down a little stairway down further into the castle. You don't see her again, and you see him, and he's being really, really boring. He's kind of looking over some paperwork, signing his name, looking over more paperwork, signing his name, drinking some of that port, signing his name. That's basically what you see for like as long as you would like to watch.
God, he's
what he's
such
going
a
to be up to.
So, hold on. I want to see if I can do this real fast. I have to. Where is it?
Anything good, man?
No, just really boring paperwork.
Can I hear her?
Oh yeah.
But are she too far from them?
No, the way this town is set up, it's pretty easy. It's very, very open. And so, yeah, there's nothing really stopping your guys' communication back and forth to each other.
That's the wrong one. This one.
What do you guys want to do?
Well, El Shadar, I think we might need your help here in town. I think if Beckville's okay staying there tonight, we could maybe both talk to the steward in the morning.
You think you'd be all right on your own?
Yeah, I'll go do some exploring. Or I'll be back in the morning.
All right. Just don't wander off too far.
And you have your earpiece there, so
We're going to get this crap figured out.
I hope so.
Just stay within
Earshot.
Is that window open at all? Is it cracked?
yeah, it's very much open. You can definitely get in there.
I'm gonna use. There's level spell. Damn it. I'm gonna use gaseous form.
Oh, nice.
Anything I have on me turns into gas,
Okay.
including my weapons. I am going to sneak in
Okay.
through the window
All right.
and then try to stealthily go along the floor underneath the door and start trying to find her.
Yeah. So I mean, just this
It's very
smoke
it's slow.
mist kind of just becomes you as you start to slither down these different alleyways and things. Not alleyways.
See if you can see
Off
what
the
he's
walls.
working on too.
I can talk to you.
Oxygen is
Oh, you
technically
can't.
Yeah,
gas.
she's-
I can't attack. I
Not in
can't.
gas
Can you
form.
hear us though?
I don't think so. It's turned into gas.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
rock's
okay.
turned into gas too.
So it says,
Okay.
while in this form, the target only method of movement is flying a speed of 10 feet. The target can enter and occupy the space of another creature, blah, blah, blah. The target has resistance to non-magical damage and it has advantage strengths, dexterity, and constitution throws. The target can pass through small holes, narrow openings, and even mere cracks. Though it treats liquids as though they were solid surfaces, the target can't fall and remains hovering in the air even when stunned or otherwise incapacitated. While in the Misty Cloud form, the target cannot talk or manipulate objects or any objects that Wyatt is carrying. And any objects it was carrying or holding can't be dropped, used, or otherwise interacted with. The target cannot attack again or cast spells.
Excellent.
And it's concentration for 1 hour.
You make your way.
Just do this though, or did you tell us what you were gonna do?
I would told you that I'm going in, and then that was the last thing you heard.
Okay.
So as a gaseous form, you go all the way down. You're keeping close to the walls, and you make your way underneath the doorway that she went through. As you go through the doorway, there's like lots of little twists and turns and stuff, but it really is only going one way, and that's down. And as you make your way down there, do a perception check to see if you can hear her talking and figure out which direction to go. Otherwise, you're going to get lost.
That's 22.
22. As you're going down, you come to like this four-way stop basically, and you're really unsure which direction to go. But then you hear her say something, and you hear it's actually the name of your father, Gildrun. Oh, that's where she is. So you head that direction. As you go in that direction, you see that there's a room that is extremely well organized. Like, it's almost creepy how organized this place is. They have everything by dates. They have everything in alphabetical order. Everything is like a librarian's dream. And so they're looking at a log and they're looking through names. And so you see her and she's repeating the name over and over again as she's looking through this list. And then finally it comes to that name and she finds it. And then based off that information, she goes to the wall and starts picking off different scrolls. And she starts reading through the scrolls. And you hear like, yes. And so she kind of rolls up those scrolls, and then she goes back up to see the steward. Are you going to follow? And so she says, she gets to the steward, and she says, I did find some of those records that you were asking for, that the heroes of Elderhold were asking for concerning Gildren. It looks like Gildren was, he was the sorcerer that we used here at our castle for such a long time. He was the one who went missing. That's why he remembered the name, is he left without warning. I believe that we did like a great search for him and found out he was just moved. He left and went to Elderhold, and I think it had to do something with his wife and him, or having some kind of a disagreement or something. But he ended up working for Elderhold. It does have some ledgers here that are a little concerning, and she kind of points to some of the things that are on the ledgers.
Can I like start moving up against the wall, like almost?
Do a perception check.
Just like
I'm waiting for the magical maid to come through with the magical vacuum.
it's like. You said perception check?
Perception check. See if you can see what it is they're pointing
That
at.
would be 18.
18. For the most part, they're in the way, and like you're trying to get higher and higher, and you get to a point where well, if I get too much higher, I can't see it. And so you're kind of hoping they kind of move out of the way. Just when you're about to give up, they shift, and he's pointing to a word, and the word says, possible spy. Keep track of. Watch his movements. And so the steward's looking at it and he's saying, it's quite concerning. Did we ever find out who he was reporting to? So she's looking through more of her records and she kind of pulls one out, and it says that they suspect that he was reporting back through Torrent Haven. However, a lot of it's speculation because he actually handed off a lot of materials in a neighboring town. But they always lost track of these other couriers holding information and items when they got to Torrent Haven. For whatever reason, they couldn't track them any further than that. Yeah, it's just, well, I think these heroes couldn't deserve a night off for tonight, and we'll make sure we send all this documentation over them in the morning. Yes, I think that's the best course of action. Yes, sir. And so she kind of gathers them up and starts making a report, kind of copying things over. And she's going to be preparing this to give to everybody else here.
I'm just gonna slither outside and back out of the window and go back down.
Okay.
Just make another stealth check.
Nope, you're still good.
Okay.
You're still good.
And then once I get down to Pavel, I'm gonna turn back to normal.
Okay.
I'm gonna let him know everything I just heard and saw, and then let Vekil and everybody else know as well.
Have to admit, I still can't make heads or tails of this.
Torrent Haven. Wasn't that where one of the other leads were taking us?
Yeah. It was Torrent Haven or here.
Oh, we just found a lead here that leads us to Torrent Haven, so that just kind of makes sense.
Sounds like I might be able to go there. I can't help anywhere.
Yeah, that'd be weird if you couldn't enter there either.
Man.
I'd be like, what kind of magic
BS is this?
is involved here?
Right.
Wait a minute. Did she say that he was a sorcerer?
He worked for the castle as a sorcerer, and then he just disappeared, and he was suspected of being a spy, but they couldn't find him to keep track of him.
This is just my kind of inquisitive mind going off, but is there a possibility that your father cast a spell on you when you were younger so you wouldn't come here and discover his origin? Maybe he was ashamed?
Anything is possible.
I think the merchant cast the spell, though, not his father.
That's what we think. That's what we assume.
That would be a very good assumption on your part.
Oh, hey.
He's actually with the two of you guys, and he's coming up with his yak behind him. It's the merchant.
We heard your bell earlier.
Oh, yes.
We figured you were going to slowly follow behind it, but you've taken your sweet-ass time.
Yes. Well, I have many things to do, but I do have some advice for you, should you decide to take it. No contract involved.
I'll hand him back the 2 bells that I have.
Thank you.
You should be more careful.
Well, one of these was a gift to a little girl who enjoyed it for quite a while.
But somehow I got it.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, she's enjoying the rock instead.
Oh, poor substitution. But still,
Makes the same sound.
that is one thing. Would you like my advice?
I have open ears.
I would leave here soon.
Why?
Because someone's coming for you. Many someones. And if they find you, well, let's just say that goes against my interests.
Can I insight?
I think he's trying to tell you that he doesn't want you dead just yet.
Or the people coming.
I actually say that out loud. I'm like, I don't think he wants you dead just yet. He was just being a little more tactful.
Right? Oh, 20.
He's being sincere, from what you can tell, but he's very hard to get a read on.
Into y'all's ears, I'm gonna be like, well, if they're gonna come to us, I'm tired of this trying to find out what's going on. I'm down to have our problems come to us.
I'm always up for a good fight.
I'm just worried if it's an overwhelming force.
How many people?
We're the Knights of Elderhold. What could overwhelm us?
An entire town.
Do they have pitchforks?
They have more than just that. Let's just say they've been looking for you for quite a while. Should you give yourself up, then all that time your father spent in Elderhold would have been for nothing.
Now, let me ask you one question. And I need complete honesty. I appreciate your advice so far. We've had many interactions now. I know you're not real. Your person is not real. Okay. Your yak, however, is. Or you are the yak. However it may be. I don't care. Okay. What is your name? What is your real name?
Oh, of course. I'm M.
Okay. Happy to meet you, M.
What, just the letter M?
M. Just M.
Or EM? Or EMM? How do you spell that?
So you can actually hear part of this conversation. You know an M. She was who gave you the food.
Yeah, it's the hot girl.
It was the
Server girl.
server girl was named M.
I'm gonna communicate that and be like, it's not his name.
I'll say
He's playing you.
That'd be oddly coincidental.
Well, for my resources, just breaking news. You're lying to me.
Hey, maybe his name is Voldemort. We're just not supposed to say it.
I think it's best we keep our conversations with the merchants short and sweet. I think he's given us all he's going to give us.
Your friend in your earpiece speaks truthfully, which is very strange because you shouldn't be able to hear what's going on through your earpiece.
He can hear everything. He's pretty much God.
My suggestion is you leave now. Yeah, it looks like they're coming. Good luck.
Wait, right now?
Where are they now?
I'll see you later.
Awesome.
Good luck.
Let's do this.
He turns around and starts walking away, and as he's walking away and you hear the chimes of the yak with the bells on it, you start hearing the bell noise start to change, and it's actually armor that's clanking together.
I'm gonna hide in the bushes.
I'm going to open the door. I'm going to look out.
As you look out, you see that the entire town has a completely different vibe.
Oh.
They are do an insight check. They're all mobilizing, like
Children,
everybody, children, adults,
Oh, shit.
parents, grandparents, everybody.
15?
Lock the door.
They look excited, and they are scattering and running in all different directions. The troop that's there is being talked to by one of the kids. Is coming up to them and talking to the troop and kind of informing them what's going on, and they are leaving also.
They're packing up?
They're not packing up. They're just leaving the town. They're heading towards the bridge.
Can I make my way over there and hear what they're saying at all?
Do a perception check to see if you can hear what it is they're talking about.
3.
Nope. Nothing. Too much chattering going around. Too much.
How wide is this bridge?
I'm gonna turn around and yell back to Maeve. I'm gonna be like, we need to get to Vecchio now.
About 5 people wide.
5 people?
I'm gonna summon my steed.
And I'm gonna fly. Before he even summons, I'm gonna start flying away.
I'm like, make way! I'm gonna
Start hauling to the bridge. You get there just as a lot of the soldiers and things and the people, and they're getting to a specific spot, whether they're on the bridge or whether they are next to it, you know, all around. And they're getting to a certain spot and they're stopping. But they're making a very clear and definite line. Like, they're all stopping at a specific spot that is, if you were to draw a line where they're all stopping, it's the same as the middle of the bridge, all the way around. However, there is a large opening that is for the bridge itself. And you see that the people who are part of the circus are making their way through that area.
Coming out of Blackburn.
Coming out of Blackburn Castle, and they're making their way towards the bridge. They're pretty far away, and actually you're in front of them at this point. If you haul butt, you can make it, but you need to leave now.
I'm at the end of the bridge in the bushes, and I'm scoped in, ready to make this my killing field.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be on the other side, in the bushes.
Well, what are you going to do?
We'll see
Stealth?
how. Yeah.
What's the call?
Let's see if they pass.
Stealth
they're
checks.
coming for Vecchio. Shouldn't we run?
Or are we running or fighting?
Have we ever been one to run?
There are a lot of these.
I say we run.
I think they're innocents here, and who are maybe beyond their own control. We've already seen possession.
That's very true.
I can't in good conscience consent to a massacre.
Well, as I say, we can debate all day, but we need a decision. Are we running?
Let's run. Let's go to Torrent Haven.
I don't
We can always return.
I don't kill innocents. Let's go.
Okay, you start hauling. As soon as you do as a group, right? So they wait for you to catch up, and then you guys just start hauling together. And as you do a perception check or an arcana check.
Arcana for sure. 20.
Ooh.
Perception or Arcana?
Arcana.
Okay.
26 Arcana.
Okay. You see it also?
That is 19 perception.
Perception. Okay.
8.
8. You don't see it. You're getting your group together, and you are getting out of this place.
Ready to
You are
go.
focusing in. You see it as well. You hear the bells. The bells are behind you, which is strange because when the merchant left, he left and was in front of you, and now you can definitely hear these behind you. The two of you, however, feel this presence of a mass amount of strength and power. And there is, as you look behind yourself, kind of like a bit of a flash. And it almost looks like the people on the other side of this flash are starting to get a little disoriented. You feel the power of this. You're actually take a quick look back, and you see the merchant look back towards your group and give you a little wink, and then him and his yak just kind of disappear.
She said, "Oh my god."
The amount of force and the amount of magic that came from him is staggering. Like, very, very staggering.
I don't know. Do y'all see that?
Run.
I'm fine.
All but.
Oh, my horse.
So let me go ahead and change your screen.
I told you he didn't want you to die yet.
And I'm gonna say, as we're running, have you ever thought that might be your patron?
I don't think
Oh.
I've
That's a very valid point.
I've been speaking with my patient.
How do you know it's not him?
He gives you stuff.
Not for free.
Right. He said there's a contract, but is there really?
So yeah, I would suggest that we go to Torrent Haven.
As we're fleeing, just to ward off any potential pursuers,
A bag of what?
bag of caltrops?
Cow drops?
Caltrops.
CAL.
You know the little
Hero.
jacks
Oh, yes, the
with
jacks. Yes.
that stop people from pursuing you?
Yes. Yes. Yes, the D4s of
Yes.
the world.
D4s. The Legos of the D&D world.
That's right, the Legos of the D&D world. So yeah, it looks like you guys are going to be able to make it pretty easily.
Are we being pursued? Or?
It looks like you are being pursued by the circus folks, but they are kind of scattering in different direction, and they actually can hear them. He can, or she can, and they're actually calling out for Vecul. They're all looking for Vecul.
How many were there?
The circus people? Gosh, like 50, 60? Like, there's a lot of these guys.
Freaking huge circus.
It is.
I could have taken out several of them.
A lot of them are like strongmen trying to like move the things and build stuff and that kind of stuff. The entertainers make up only about like a fourth of that group.
Gotcha.
Are you heading to Lee side, or are you going to head further down south to Shield Glare? Torrent Haven is on the other side of a lake, and so you need to make a decision on how you're going to get there.
Through that floor. I mean, what do we have
You
a?
lived in Leaside for years. Do they have a way to cross the lake?
Through a little boat.
Yeah, you can get a boat.
I
If
think
you go to
that would be
Leaside?
I don't know if the lake that, from what I remember, goes all the way down to a few other towns.
Wouldn't the quickest way just... Just the same as if we get attacked on the road.
You don't float.
I have my potions of water breathing.
I can make him really small and I can carry him.
Fair enough. Let's go.
I can fly.
I'm on a boat, bitch. Let's go.
So let's head to Leaside then. And,
Leaside it is. And we're
I
gonna.
also am very strong.
Huh?
Right.
I am very strong.
What's your strength?
It's like 20.
It's a ranger with a belt of hill giant strength.
It's 21. There's a reason why I got brass knuckles.
Fuck.
Just punch people. You don't need to shoot people, just punch them. They'd probably explode.
You make it back to Leaside.
I'm gonna check on my mother first.
You find your mom.
She's alive?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Nothing
cool.
wrong with her.
I'm gonna
Why do you think I would kill your family
Yes.
Yeah.
right now? When it only benefits me?
One family's already dead.
We assume his father's
And his
Just
sister.
dead.
for like timeline purposes, we had taken off from Leaside in the morning, gotten to Blackburn. It was taking like a half a day, right?
Yeah, about a half a day from Leaside to Blackburn.
And we were there for like half a day, got into that mess at night, and then half a day back to Leaside.
Yeah,
We haven't
it's-
rested yet, right?
Not
Um,
rested.
So I had
you have
to
not
eat
rested
the-
yet, but you can rest in Leaside if you want
And
to.
it's been like a full day's worth of hard riding, and now we're there like at what, dawn?
Yeah, Dawn.
Okay.
So you guys are going to have some levels of exhaustion if you don't get some sleep soon.
Christ, I'm tired.
And I'm gonna ask, I found these. Is there any? And then she's gonna pull out 2 brass knuckles, and she's, can you customize these? Are you good at that?
What do you want me to do with
nice.
those?
I just want them to say things across my hands.
I'm sure I could do that.
Okay.
Like, what you want?
I don't know. Maybe
Grace and truth.
maybe Faye
I can
power,
engrave whatever you want.
or maybe that bitch.
He might have time. He might have time to tinker, but I think we should make haste as opposed to that. Maybe on the boat.
I think we should take a rest. I'm tired.
Yeah.
We can rest on a boat.
Well, I only need a 4-hour rest.
I don't need to sleep.
Well, aren't you special?
So the mom.
So
So your mom is very interested in making sure you guys are all taken care of. She's gonna make sure you guys have a nice place and safe place to sleep. Of course, she's a seamstress, so what is she gonna do if something happens, right? But it's got like a hideout, kind of an idea. So, are you guys gonna sleep here for the night and then take off?
She have any house plants?
Oh yeah, she's got plants. She's got actually a really nice little place that she's
So
got.
I'm gonna turn to Vecchio and be like, as tired as I know we all are, do you want to put your mother at risk? Obviously, they have some way of tracking you. I think we should just get on a boat.
I think we should bring her with.
I think she's safer here in Leaside. She's been here for how long? Safely? You're the one who's being tracked and attacked.
If you wanted to find somebody that you were looking for, who would you take hostage to find them?
I think your mother has been
Not
safe
his
in
parents.
Leaside for so long.
Also, too,
I think she'd be in more danger in your presence as opposed to here in her home.
I have this sneaking suspicion that steward had something to do with that.
It's not like she's hiding. She's been here for how long? If they wanted to take her, they would have. But they've been after you, not her.
The only person that knew 100% that he was even there was the steward.
We need to go back and question him. We need to get to Torrent Haven first. Find out more about his dad while we can.
I think that steward was Dips himself. That's me.
What is the harm of bringing my mother with?
As they're arguing, I'm just gonna go find one of her shrubberies and I'm gonna do some druid craft and make a nice little one of those hammocks. And then I'm gonna make a flower just cover me like a little blanket and I'm sort of sleeping.
Our road is not exactly a safe one, as I'm sure you know. I don't think your mother can withstand the trials of our adventures.
I will be taking her with us.
Alright.
There are some other places you can send her to be safe as well.
Elderhold.
Yup.
But she has to travel that road alone.
Nope.
I will cast... Or I'm going to talk to my mother.
Okay, go for it.
Tell her, you might not have done this before. It's going to feel a little weird, but there are people after me from Blackburn, that you will be safer in Elderhold. Please seek out Admiral Brahm and tell him Vecchio sent you, and you'll protect you.
I am unable to leave.
Why?
Same reason that you cannot go into Blackburn. This is the arrangement that we've made.
You and Father.
Well, mostly Father, but yes. He did these things. He's always done everything he's done to protect you.
He can't leave Torrent Haven. I can't go to Blackburn. You can't leave Leaside. That's the deal, I'm assuming.
I wish I could tell you more, but
Do you have somewhere here you can be safe?
from the forces that pursue you, here is the best place I could be.
So be it.
I always have my garden to protect me, as my wits.
I'm gonna come back and she's gonna be dead. That's really like Star Wars.
I wouldn't kill her off screen. I would wait until she's right in front of you.
So,
You were the chosen one.
take a short nap and find a boat leaving at noon.
I say we can sleep on the boat then.
Alright.
We don't know what these people are capable of.
I'm down to leave immediately.
Vecule, with your and your mother's permission, would it be alright if I took a vial of her blood as well?
Mother?
For what purpose?
I have a theory, and it's all involving the yak.
Oh,
We
yes.
performed a little experiment where my blood, probably much like yours, has been magically intertwined, preventing me from entering Blackburn.
Like at the molecular level.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm aware.
Scientifically.
It's the Middle Ages. We don't know what molecular DNA is.
You can guess, but yes, she offers you her arm. She doesn't even wince. She's made of stronger stuff than the dragon, right? It just looks like normal blood for right now. But then again, so did his until you walked through the door, walked through the bridge.
Do you believe in magic?
I'm gonna start heading out with it to the outskirts of Leaside.
As you see, as you start getting to the edge, you start realizing that some similar things happen, but it's a different color. And in addition to that, you can pass through the end. Like with his blood, you couldn't. It was much more difficult to pass the middle of the bridge. Her blood, you can actually go outside of the town, but as you do, the blue starts to dissipate, and then it just is gone, and now it's just regular blood.
And then as I come, and then I start coming backward.
It starts to come back, and now it's a stronger thing, but it only shows up right at the edge. As soon as you come back into the town, it disappears, and as you go out, it dissipates and goes away.
And do I see this as well?
Did you go with him?
Yeah, I would be curious what he's doing with my mom's blood.
Yeah. You see it all?
That's odd.
I might be able to go into Blackburn then. But how?
Yours was gold. Like the flecks in your blood were gold. This is blue.
While they're doing that, I guess I'm gonna go to the port and secure a solid boat.
Can I?
Yep. Super easy.
Strange.
She's actually going to help you with that because she knows the people here really easy.
And while it's doing
Just
the blood.
leave me by myself sleeping.
Sure. You're the one getting a full rest. You're like, that's it. I'm getting a full rest. Need my beauty sleep. So she, it's morning time, right? And so the fishermen are about to go take off, run on the lake. And so she introduces you to a few of them. They're also dragonborns as well. And so she arranges passage for you guys, and she actually does it with bartering and says, "Oh, I'll fix up some of your clothes and fix some of your nets and that kind of stuff." And so there's been a deal that's been struck, and they're going to take you to the other side of the mountains, where the mountains meet, right north of Torrent Haven.
Now?
Not to Torrent Haven?
That's a little far for them, but they'll get you to the mountains.
Okay.
Now?
Yeah,
When did they leave? They were wanting to leave now?
yeah, they want to go fishing, so.
Like, alright, let's go, guys.
All right.
We can come back.
We'll do it
this
later.
All right, your mom gives you another farewell. She tells you,
I wake up the fairy.
Listen, I don't want to get exhaustion.
yeah.
I need spells too.
Sleep on
Sleep on the boat.
the boat.
So your mother tells you, be careful in Torrent Haven. I don't know exactly what goes on down there, but I'm just worried. And remember, if you find your father, you let me know. But
Can he come near you?
he can come to me.
Okay.
Well, I believe he could come to me.
Farewell.
Goodbye, my son. She gives you a kiss, and you guys load up on the fishing boat, and you guys take off across.
Before we leave. Wait, I already had her sign her name.
Yep, her name's in your book.
Yep. I'm gonna touch the other two names and take those out.
Okay. So yeah, it's nice. It's a really comfortable ride. It's a nice calm lake. So not a lot of craziness going on. And you can see they're actually like fishing while they're moving around.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna. But you got some rest. I'm gonna close my eyes. You guys got me.
I'm good. I'm gonna write in my book and ask my person,
Your patron.
the Celestial, how do I become pure with my blood again?
Okay.
So,
I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. You're gonna have an answer when you go to sleep.
but I don't sleep.
Well, when you meditate and rest,
Okay, I'll do.
as you're getting your spell slots back.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're going to speak into you. So it's a really nice, comfortable ride. Everybody's got a full rest. In your trance-like sleep, you actually can see your father, and he's a lot younger than you remember him being. And he's signing something. You can't see what he's signing, but as soon as he signs it, he starts to glow, your mother starts to glow, and most of all, you start to glow. And so someone rolls up the contract, takes it and puts it away, and you can hear the bell as the yak walks away,
Right.
obviously. You get the sensation or the impression that your celestial patron is telling you that your dad is the one who put all this into place. And so you're going to have to talk to your dad in order to get it undone. The contract was made with him, and he's the only one who can undo it.
Fair enough. All right, let's go.
All right. You can also get one more vision.
Oh no.
A bonus vision, if you will.
Bonus!
Um,
From old boy.
you see a very, very dark wood. The wood itself, the woods itself, are very, very green. You get the sense that there's lots of moisture in the air. There's like, it's considered a tropical forest. Not a tropical rainforest, just a tropical forest. So forest, but very, very lush. Lots of undergrowth and that kind of stuff. And because the trees and everything are so packed close together and the underbrush is so thick, you can't see it, but you realize there's something enormous prowling through the night area. You can't see it, but it just sends like shivers down your spine. There's a hunter in this area, and your patron is warning you to be cautious. As you guys pull up to the place where the fishermen are going to drop you off, it is getting about nighttime because remember you guys slept during the day.
Yep.
And so you get off the boat. They wish you well. They even toss in a few fish for you guys.
Hey. I'm gonna throw one to Flagon.
He very much enjoys this. Because of the mountains and the way that the sun sets in the west, it actually is a lot darker than it usually would be because the mountains kind of take off the sun, block it out. So it's getting darker quicker. And as you start making your way towards the forest, skirting the lake, you realize that there is a mist that kind of is permeating through just the whole entire area.
I'm going to talk to Maeve and describe as much of the forest and in detail as I can where the bushes were placed, what the color of the ground were, the color of the trees, the texture of the trees, how many leaves, shape of the leaves, everything of the sort to ask, what is this? I know you're one with the forest.
Do I have to do a check?
Nature check.
Nature?
You should be proficient in nature, right? I think so.
I would hope.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, good.
I would hope so.
Actually, I know nothing about nature.
As a ranger?
I am a city ranger and fairy.
Every Instagram girl ever.
11.
Ew.
I rolled a 6. Wait,
So
no, that's a. I hate these. Is that a 6 or a 9? 6. I can tell.
Where's the dog?
we'll say 9. Since you're a ranger, I'll give it to you.
Let's say 9.
Okay, if it's at the bottom, that's it, right?
If it's at the bottom, yeah, the line is at the bottom, so whatever
Okay,
it
I
is.
just read it backwards. It's 9 plus 5, so 14.
14.
Still not great.
So with a 14, as he's describing like in as much detail as he possibly can, there's like one specific tree that sounds like a little bit out of place. But for everything else, it looks like the tree line that you guys are looking at. Like all the vegetation looks very similar, but there's like a specific kind of like an oak tree.
A dark wood.
Yeah, there's a dark wooded oak tree that's that he described that's not really around this specific area, but you can guess it's probably further on in where the trees get larger and things. So, but yeah, this is that area. You're a little nervous considering the size that he was talking about. We're talking about like the size of like an elephant, kind of large.
Is it
actually,
an elephant?
Actually, probably like 2 elephants is probably about the size that you're thinking about. So it's a very, very large entity that's kind of hunter that's kind of running around this area.
I'm going to tell everybody about that part.
That sounds awesome. Let's kill it. It's something I've never encountered before.
Maybe.
I'm gonna put my goggles on since it's nighttime and I can't see.
All right. Perception checks.
Yep, this is how we die.
Yes.
Perception is terrible at me.
The 4th 3 in a row.
18.
18. You see it?
13.
Nope.
23.
23. So the 2 of you see it. You don't see it because Vecchio was actually talking to you about what he saw and kind of like this, going into detail about this vision that he had, while the 2 of you guys are actually like looking at the woods. And as you're looking at the woods and kind of like keeping your eyes out and that kind of thing, you actually see that there's some eyes that are looking back at you. You realize that they're eyes because they have that kind of like a glow to it in the nighttime when things like light shines off animals' eyes. You can kind of
those
see
are creepy.
that. Yeah, and you can see that there's actually a few of them. Maybe 3. It's kind of hard to tell. They're kind of like grouped up. But they're in the woods and they're not coming out.
How far are we from the woods on the shore?
You guys are about 30 feet away from the shore.
So I'm gonna reach underneath the back of my cloak. I'm gonna pull out a case, and I'm gonna set it on the ground. And then the case is going to unfold and turn into my mechanical steel defender.
Ah.
The spider?
Yeah, the spider.
I'm gonna reach down and grab a
Speed
rock.
J.
Well, yeah, I assume we say we
Okay.
let them know that we're being watched, and then I'm going to see. You're gonna see like pretty much my corsage magically just turn into like a hand crossbow.
Corsage is a hand crossbow. Love this.
I'm gonna grab a rock and cast light on it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna like be holding it in my fist so that way the light's not like going everywhere yet. I'm like, whenever we're ready, I'm gonna toss this so that we can see what we're dealing with.
I can see pretty far.
We can only see eyes so far. I mean,
So far, just eyes.
Rifle at the ready.
Alrighty.
Have a hand crossbow.
So you guys are
Hands at the
paying
ready.
close attention to them?
Locked, cocked, and ready to rock.
so whenever I get the signal, I'm gonna turn and toss my light rock.
So this is the little path that you guys are following there. Just imagine with your mind's eye, everything that is on the south side of that path is actually water. Yep, that whole area right there. Using your imagination.
This is for friends who do stuff.
As you're walking along this path, though, you do realize that you are the tree line is getting closer and closer to the path itself, and that you will be going into the woods at some point pretty quickly.
Excellent.
The eyes are behind you, about 30 feet.
So I'm having trouble.
There we go. Yeah. We're
Yep.
walking
The eyes
this
are
way.
here, or the eyes are there.
So the eyes are behind you, so more towards.
Oh, okay. So we're going this way.
Yep. So you're leaving them behind you as you keep moving forward along the path. You guys are heading in my direction. You're heading this direction.
And then we're being watched from over here.
Mhm.
Okay. Alright. I'm gonna turn and throw that light rock.
You're gonna throw it towards them.
That's gonna blind them. Yeah.
As you do, you pick up the rock and you chuck it, and you realize what you're looking at because it lands somewhat close to them. They're wolves, and they're not dire wolves. Dire wolves are like the size of horses. These are more like Great Danes,
Oh.
so they're still pretty big, but they're just not quite as big as the dire wolves. But there are 5 of them. And they don't seem to be worried about the light that you've chucked at them.
I'm gonna like bang my hammer on my shield and be like, "Be gone, beasts!"
Intimidation. Go for it.
Okay. Are you with us, man?
Oh yeah. Let me get back here.
Alright. 15.
They are not intimidated.
I assist by firing a warning shot over their heads.
Do I get advantage?
So you fire a shot. Roll initiative.
Even better.
Oh no.
I have advantage on this.
I seem to be getting out all my good rolls. I'm gonna have bad rolls when it counts.
There we go. And let me get my stuff organized really quickly. And go ahead and place these 3 right at the edge of the pathway on the very far right.
This is a bear.
It is a bear. And these are also not wolves, but we're going to use these guys as well.
Okay. I thought.
Imagine.
He doesn't have enough wolves.
I don't have enough wolves, so we're just going to
Oh,
use these
that's
guys for the
perfectly
time being.
I just thought we were fighting a bear.
All right, we're going to run down the roll and see where we are for initiative. Maeve.
19.
Oh wow.
Stronghammer.
10.
Vecchio.
Oh crap. 7.
7. And then Elhadar,
20.
20. And now time for them to roll. Alrighty, here we go. So, the first wolf, just go ahead and grab one of them.
Funky looking wolf.
Yeah. Oh,
Probably should put up a grid.
I should put up a grid. I was thinking the same exact thing.
Where we can get everybody into
Let me go ahead
position
and make
here.
these guys a little smaller. Here we go. How's that? So he's going to charge in there. Again, these things are quite large, and it runs in and it takes a bite of whoever is the closest. Who's in the back?
That was me.
Alrighty, so he's going to take a nice little chomp. $23 to hit.
That hits.
Imposes disadvantage. Steel Defender's going to impose disadvantage because
Nice.
he's within 5 feet.
New roll is 14.
Does not hit.
And actually, on this
Because the
note,
wolf is not attacking the defender.
Has to be within 5 feet of me or the attack?
It has to be within 5 feet of you.
Nice.
actually, on this
I'm
note,
assuming
let's
you'd give me my breast knuckles back.
What's around and
change
whisper
the
to you? I'm
tone.
gonna be like, I see why you have this near you, Alpha.
He's helpful. He's very helpful.
All right, so it took one
No,
bite
I would have
attack.
engraved him on the boat.
Oh, okay.
Does it take disadvantage on just one or multiple?
Does it have multi-attack?
Uh-huh.
It says the defender imposes disadvantage on the attack roll of one creature. It can see that is within 5 feet of it, provided the attack roll is against a creature other than the defender. He uses that as a reaction,
So I'm going to say it only does for one.
so do for one attack.
yeah, and then it.
Now, if the creature has multiple attacks a turn, it would just do one.
Mhm.
But if it's labeled as multi-attack, those technically all happen as one attack.
Yeah, these are all different attacks.
Okay.
The first attack is a bite that almost got you, but because of the steel defender kind of like getting in there and kind of just shoving it a little bit, it kind of knocks off this big bite. I mean, these teeth are huge as it kind of tries to surround itself and not surround it, but like kind of surround you and bite into your armor. With that failed attempt, it actually gets back onto its hind legs and actually stands up and gets its two claws and tries to slash you with both those claws. Huge, very, very 4-inch long nails in all of its hands. It misses both times, but it is a very close thing. El Hadar, you are up.
I saw somebody was watching the stream and I said welcome viewer, and then all of a sudden they disappeared.
All
Awful.
right, you're up.
They accidentally clicked on it.
Huh?
I said they accidentally clicked on it.
Maybe. So I'm gonna take 5, 10, 15.
They're afraid of
20.
wolves.
I'm gonna take some steps back. Do you got that one?
Yeah, no problem.
Alright, so I'm
worry.
gonna go ahead and fire 2 shots at this one right here.
All right, go for it.
It's a 28 hit.
28 hits.
For 30 points.
30 points of damage. You can see that just that one shot really kind of just rocked its world. You can even see it like it lodged itself into its shoulder and kind of knocked it back slightly. It's still pretty upset and is still going to start running forward as soon as it has an opportunity to.
21 hit.
21 also hits. Same animal.
Same
Okay.
guy. 16.
16. Still up. You just shoot it again. It's definitely wounded. In fact, it's even lifting up one of its legs. Lifting up one of its legs to like not put any pressure on it. And it's just growling. You even see that its teeth are even longer than you first anticipated. Maeve.
Bonus action.
Oh, more. Let's go.
Bonus action, I'm going to cast Branding Smite on myself
Okay.
for my next attack roll.
Excellent.
My smites, unfortunately, were different.
Okay, I'm going to turn myself around first of all. I'm actually gonna hit.
And then the steel defender is gonna actually just move up. I forgot he's got a turn too. You don't mind if I take his turn real quick? Because his is gonna
that's
be
right, he does have a turn.
really, really quick. He is going to do force empowered rend. 21 to hit.
21 hits.
D8. So this one up here is going to take 8 points of force damage.
Alrighty.
And now I'm done.
Okay. So as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast second level Hail of Thorns.
Oh, okay, good.
And then I'm gonna attack the middle one, because I'm gonna fly up in the air.
Okay.
And I have 120 feet, so I definitely hit him. With my crossbow.
Okay.
So that's 15 for the first hit.
Okay.
Does that hit?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And then... So I'll do that damage first, because... And then anybody within 5 feet of him has to make a dex save of 15 or more.
There's
you cast
2 of them,
that
right?
Second level.
So who'd you cast it at? Over
The
here?
middle one.
This one right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
3 of them.
All, you know,
19s on both of them.
Okay. Well, that's nuts.
what was it
but-
there? All 3.
Oh, the other one, the one that you hit also, right? Huh?
Yeah, I hit the middle guy.
Oh, 2.
Okay.
I was gonna say there's 4. There's 4 over here.
Oh, I didn't see there was 4.
Yeah, I hit the one directly in the middle.
Oh,
That's why I
gotcha.
flew up.
18 on that third one.
So just one doesn't. Save.
Okay. It was the one in the middle then.
Plus my d6. Okay. So it's 6. So 16. So half of 16 for the ones that saved, and then 16 damage for the Hail of Thrones, and then with my first arrow, the d6, that would be 3 plus 6 damage on top of that. So on
To each?
Yeah,
Okay. And then...
because they take half damage for the Hail of Thrones, but not for the actual area itself.
Got it.
Okay, so that's my first attack.
Alrighty. Yeah, these guys are definitely being taken down a peg.
And then that doesn't hit. That's a natural one.
Whoops.
Whoops. Well, that's it.
That's
I
all
did
you
my
got?
bonus action. Yep.
Alrighty. Not the one that's on top of you guys, but the next one in line.
This one?
That
The
one.
one that I shot twice.
One that got shot twice. Can he make it to
What's his movement?
Elhadar? This movement is 40.
He'd have to dash.
Who can he get to? Can he get to Pavel?
5, 10,
Yeah, he's
15,
gotta go
20,
for me.
25, 30, 35.
Or 35. Yeah, he could have gotten there.
Okay. Yeah, this is gonna go for Pavel
Your
then.
butt cheeks.
And while we're doing that, get the middle one and move him over there next to Pavel as well. So Pavel's gonna be taking some run to the damage here. First attack. Is it still at disadvantage because of the
There's
still
only one
defender?
attack roll.
Oh, all right.
Because
Then
we
that-
aren't in a new round yet, so my spider's already used his reaction.
Oh, that's right. 23 to hit.
You just win.
Are we in a brand new round?
No.
Yeah, we're still in round 1.
Yep.
He hasn't gone yet.
23 to hit.
I haven't got it. 23
Yeah,
hits.
this jerk right here went first.
The wolf comes in really super quick and just bites down on your armor. You can feel it kind of crunching underneath the weight of the amount of pressure that he's able to get in there. It only gives you about 10 points of damage. However, do a Constitution saving throw.
That was a crit.
That's the sound of a crit.
That was a crit.
26.
26.
On con saving throw.
You start feeling like this sense of like maybe some poison, but then you're able to shake it off. Then he stands up and gets you with his claws. That was that crit sound.
Oh.
That was that crit sound.
That's a total of 15 damage on that one. And he takes one last swipe.
Double crit? Really?
That was the next crit.
Oh fuck.
We won't get those.
10, 20 damage. Ooh, on that second attack.
I impose the new D&D rules now. DM can't crit no more.
See, yeah, you want to do that? Yeah. See, now you guys want to play that one. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so that takes care of him. The next one's coming up.
No, I think wholeheartedly the DM should be allowed to crit. It kind of adds suspense to it.
Yeah. How high are you in the air?
So I was just trying to get high enough to where I could see that middle one in that crowd.
Okay, so about 15 feet?
Yeah.
Alrighty. He is going to jump at you.
At disadvantage.
Attack at disadvantage?
Yeah.
Let's see if he makes it. Do a dex saving throw. See if you can move out of the
Which
way.
one's hitting me?
The last one that came up was right next to him.
It's not within 5.
This one?
Yes, I believe so.
So he's jumping that way?
Yep.
Do I get an attack of opportunity on him?
Yes, you do.
And so do a dex, you said?
Dex save to see if you can swing out of the way.
Okay, saving throws dex.
A 16 to hit?
16 hits.
17.
Oh, I got 18. Damn. So he ends up launching himself up in the air and just biting into you. What was the damage?
12.
12 damage. So I'm going to give you 10 damage. You have been bitten. Do a Constitution saving throw, and then
You get plus 5 on that.
Damage. And
You're
con.
within 10 feet of me.
Okay.
You see, you get plus 5 on top of your con save.
Okay, so I'm
and then Pavel's up.
so that'd be plus 5, that's 15. 16?
Yep. Again, you feel that same way, feeling kind of like a sickly feeling to it. But I mean, it almost took your leg off. And then it falls to the ground, and then Pavel just whacks the heck out
on
of
the
it.
ground as well now?
No, it actually let go of you as it was trying to bite you.
So is it next to him now?
Yes. But that's the only thing you can do now because it used
Big mistake.
half of that stuff as to jump. All right, Pavel, you're up.
Alright. I'm gonna turn to the one that Elhadar has shot twice.
Oh, very nice.
And I'm going to cast. No, I'm not gonna cast anything. Just gonna whack it.
Whack it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, 27 to hit.
Oh yeah,
Hits.
definitely hits.
Let's do damage. 7 damage.
7?
Mhm.
Okay.
Another hit. 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Alright. For 12 damage.
And you're using your hammer?
Mm-hmm.
So the first hit, crack into it, and you feel it kind of buckle because it already had one leg that was kind of really injured and it was barely hopping around. You crack the other side, and now it's just prone on the ground as you raise up your hammer and just crack it right on top of the head. And you hear a snap. It is now completely gone.
That fool done.
Very nice. So, defeated there. Alright.
Mhm.
Do I want to use any bonus actions? I'm going to, as a bonus action, cast Compelled Duel on the one that jumped at Maeve.
Okay. Yep, and it just turns and looks at you. It's nice.
He gets a save on it. It's a Wisdom save of 17.
17?
Mm-hmm.
He failed.
And he's drawn to me, compelled by my divine command.
Oh,
If he
yeah.
attacks anybody else, he has disadvantage.
He is very excited to take some more bites out of you. That's all you're gonna do?
Yeah. I'll just squish that one and then try to attack my buddy. Squish.
All right. The last two. Go ahead and dash them. It's 40, and put them right in front of you and in front of. Who else is up there with you?
Huh?
Who's back here with you?
Elhadar.
Oh. One for you and one for Elderhold.
Alright.
Although they used all their action to run up on you guys, so they're not going to be able to attack right now. But they're nice and ready. Veko, you're up. There's a wolf standing right in front of you. His
There
teeth
is.
bared.
Well, his teeth are bared, and I guess so are mine.
Oh, that wolf thinks he's gonna actually attack me. That's cute. So cute. So cute.
I'm gonna try something.
Okay, go for it.
Oh.
Can I command my dragon to pull the wolf into a space?
Grapple him?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have him grapple.
Yeah, so I'll do that.
It's a contested strength.
Let's see. So,
I have my roll.
So suspenseful.
13?
You tried, it's the dragon that's doing this, right?
Yeah.
Dragon tries to take a snap and try to grab a hold of it, and the wolf just knocks it off. He's
Alright.
ready. He's ready to rumble.
He said no.
You know, I will do that actually. That'd be a good one.
Anything else?
Oh yeah. I should have primal savagery still. I don't. Cool. I'll cast Eldritch Blast with disadvantage, right?
Yeah. If you do a spell with someone really close to you.
Yeah, because you're doing a ranged spell in melee combat.
24.
24 to hit.
Yeah.
It's a nice disadvantage.
That was a great disadvantage. That was a
Well, his other die was a 27.
29 points of damage.
29.
Booyah.
So it's right up on top of you, and you just reach in and almost grab a hold of its mouth as you just layer in this Eldritch Blast. The whole thing kind of lights up, and you can even smell the smell of burnt hair kind of fill up the area.
Yummy.
Dog hair, by the way. It's always a wonderful smell.
And then for movement, can I move him like on this corner?
I believe you would take a attack of
Still
opportunity.
within.
Or is there one? Yeah, he's right there,
Be
right?
in the middle of 4 squares.
I want them. I want him to
Take a
be.
square, man.
Yeah, you gotta pick one, man.
Square.
I don't need help.
I'll
Just
You
can't
move
take it
on
out in the
this
middle.
direct
There
route,
you go. There you
I'll
go.
stay where it is.
There it is.
It's like you can't be in the middle of 4 different squares.
Why did I get that?
Come on, bro. I know you wanted to build ferocity, but come on.
All right. Is that all you can do?
Yeah.
All right. Top of round.
Sheesh.
All right. The first one that attacked, that's still right in front of Pavel. Gonna take another bite.
It instantly built 5 ferocity.
I guess this first one will have disadvantage.
It's if I use the reaction of the steel defender.
Yeah. Well, it rolled a 1, so it's
Okay, yeah.
oops, wrong button. Try it again.
See, I can use my reaction to impose disadvantage. I don't have to do it before
Which
the
is
roll.
your reaction, not
It's
his.
the steel defender's reaction.
So tries to take a bite, and you just shrug it off, and then it comes up again on its hind legs, starts to take 2 more swipes at you, and you know what's happening. You know how this thing works. It did it right before, and so you just
shield shove it back.
shield pushes it back. No damage. You're able to take it. Elhadar, you're up.
Alright, so my bonus action 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm teleporting.
Okay. So no.
No attack of opportunity.
Yep.
Then I'm going to take my move action 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Rax?
Hello.
Oh, sorry.
There it is. I'm going to fire shots at this one right here.
All right, sounds good. That was the one that got Maeve, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, so you can already see this one's very bloodied. It's already caused a lot of pain on this one.
First shot.
Wolf is not gonna have a good time.
This one's been hit already? By who?
Your reaction.
I think so.
Your
I hit him
attack of
also.
opportunity.
Oh,
And
you hit
then
him.
Yeah, with the thorns.
Yep.
I thought that only hit one of them.
No, it hits the target, and then whoever's in 5 feet of that target also gets hit.
That was the one that took all the.
right now.
I'm okay.
Okay. So 26, I'm assuming you're gonna
Oh
hit.
yeah, 26 hits.
Almost. So it takes an initial 11 points. Then the branding smite triggers.
It's already dead.
Well, then, if it died from the shot, the branding smite doesn't have to trigger.
Yep. Yeah, so you just pull back, you let go. It's actually poising itself to take another jump at Maeve, and you see it just is about to jump, and you just hit it right in the air. Pah! And it just pushes it further back, and it lands into the ground. It is now out of combat.
So I'm going to take my second attack on this one right here that's in front of Vecule.
Got it?
That's unfortunate.
Nice.
All right, what'd you get?
That's a crit.
Wonderful. Go for it.
Alright, so...
This is the one with the burnt hair, yes?
Yeah, it's one hail just blasted in the
Can I light
face.
them on fire?
Eldritch Boss doesn't really like fire.
Oh, but Sacred Flame is.
So he's taking 13 at this point.
Okay.
Is he still alive?
Still alive.
Oh, yeah, he hasn't
Alright.
been really touched.
You hit him with a double bolt.
Well, I guess, but it was only 29.
Alright, then the branding smite is going to go ahead and go off. For 11 points of radiant damage. As a huge flash of light comes down from the heavens and just...
As the light clears away, you can see that this thing is just kind of like pushed into the ground, and even like the front half of its snout has been snapped. It is out of commission.
Two left.
I'm kind of sad.
And
Two
the...
round fight.
Steel Defender's going to use its action to disengage,
All right.
and then he's going to move here.
Alrighty. Alrighty, next up in their turns.
There's only 2 left.
There's one that's gone already this round, and one that hasn't.
Maeve, you're up.
Okay. Which one looks more hurt?
The one that he singed.
The what?
That one's
one?
untouched.
That one's untouched?
Mhm.
Okay. I'm gonna go fly over to that one. Bonus action, switching my weapons. I'm allowed to do a bonus action, switch my weapons from my hand crossbow to my brass knuckles.
Alright.
That's part of your movement.
Oh, okay.
What did you decide to engrave on those?
Oh,
Because they have an engraving on them.
it says face gank. My knuckles. The
Melee
first
range,
punch,
I've never seen one of those
13. First
13
punch.
hits, actually, yes.
I love that. And then 16 plus 9, I'm assuming hits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's 2d8. So that's 7, 8,
That dragon.
18 points of damage.
This is the one that hasn't been hit, right?
No, that's the one that's in front of Pavel.
Oh, the front Pavel.
He's taking some hits.
And then
That one,
he did.
he just arrows after arrows.
Honestly,
Your brass knuckles do 2d8.
I hit 2 attacks.
Yep, and it is downed.
I'm gonna say, because if it does get hit twice, it does have to make a DC strength save of 15. And if it fails, it gets pushed back 10 feet.
So this carcass then just rolls, flies backwards. All right, so that one's out of the way. I think there's only one left, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, there's...
You want to bring back Maeve?
I made her all-rounder for a reason.
All right, and then Pavel's up.
It's weird to see a melee ranger.
There's 2 left on the field, right?
There's one.
One
I
left.
just killed the second one.
Yeah.
20 to hit.
Yep, definitely hits.
Dirty
4, 13. I'm gonna do a smite first level.
Yeah.
So for 20 damage.
Oh yeah, it is definitely feeling that.
Second attack. Natural 1.
Oh.
Just dodges her out of the way.
That's it for me.
Okay, Becule.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast it. $12 to hit.
Yes.
Wow.
What?
All right.
Alright.
They have their own natural armor, and that's pretty much it. It's not like these things are coming in with, plate armor.
Yeah.
They're not war wargs.
These are just wolves of the
But
wild.
then they'd probably have goblin riders if they were war wargs.
What is that? 18 plus 26, 34?
34 damage?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Yeah.
Is he dead?
And this is Eldritch Blast, yes?
Yeah.
Again, you just pull back and you just let loose this torrent of eldritch magic and eldritch power as it just tears apart lots of this coat that it has on its back, and it just starts to singe under everything, and then it just falls to the ground.
Ah, good.
Cooked dog. You are now out of combat. From the corner, from over here,
You said this one's cooked, right?
oh yeah, they're all gone now.
They're all dead.
From the corner, you actually hear, and you see that there are some torches and things with some people, and they're coming this direction. As they're coming that direction, you see that they have, it's a different culture, so they have almost like rain jackets, kind of an idea. They all have a special type of hat. They're all coming from the same kind of direction. I'll show you what they look like later because I'm gonna have them printed.
Are they white hats?
White hats?
Oh,
No.
No.
They're more like colonial hats.
Oh,
The ones with the point.
Tricorn?
There you go. That's the ones. And a lot of them have crossbows. A lot of them have swords and things like that. And a lot of them also have these torches that they're running in there with. And as they're running in, they kind of stop and kind of somewhat surround you. And they say, "You're not from around here. Who are you? What are you doing in this land?"
I defer to Pavel, our speaker from Elderhold.
We are travelers on our way to Torrent Haven. Is this how you treat all travelers along the road?
All those heading to Torrent Haven, yes. Torrent Haven. Absolutely. What business do you have in Torrent Haven?
Our business is our own. This is how we're just attacked in your lands, and this is how you greet us. But don't you see these dangerous wolves that we've just taken care of? You should be thanking us. We should share a meal over a fire. Then perhaps we could have a more productive conversation.
They're looking at you, and they're very kind of guarded. and you hear one of them, he kind of whistles. And then from the woods come basically the same kind of animal. Although it does happen to have a
Collar.
yeah, it's got a collar on it. So it comes up and it sits next to him and says, we use these as pets. You've saved us from a pack of pets. Looks like one of them got at your arm there, though.
While they're all talking, I pull out my leatherworking kit because I have like proficiency in like almost every tool, and I actually start harvesting this one that's in front of me. Skin, meat, anything that can be used potentially later. I don't want any of the animal to go to waste.
And so one of the members, he was actually pulling out his knife to go and do the same thing, and then he saw you doing it, and he's like, it's a little nod of respect, like, oh, yeah, good. They are your kills. They are your property.
So these are your pets? Your pets attacked us? Is that what you're saying?
Well, not all of them. These are wild. We catch them when they're cubs, and we train them to be our pets. Make great guards. But you still haven't answered my question. What is it that you're actually trying to do here in Torrent Haven? What business do you have here? We're not very often fond of outsiders, you see.
Take us to town. There we could share with the leaders the reason. I see no reason for us to share with the random stranger on the road.
Very well. You would like to speak to our leaders. Sophie. From the back you see this lady come out. She's actually carrying the most beautiful musket gun you have ever seen. It is a thing of beauty. It is something that will have really nice range, beautiful scopes. I mean, this thing is just a work of art. And there's a craftsman to another craftsman.
What I'm doing, and I'm just like,
oh, at last I found you. As you notice this, you actually realize that a lot of them have artillery. A lot of them have guns. Some of them are a lot smaller. Every single piece of their technology that they have is very highly advanced. It's really nice. So she makes her way up to the front, Sophie, and says, "I'm the leader of the South Village. What is it you're doing here?"
The South Village.
Yes, South Village.
Not too familiar with your lands, but we're making our way to Torrent Haven. We are representatives of Elderhold, and we have business there. We are investigating recent attacks.
Recent attacks in Elderhold.
Upon Elderhold.
Huh.
And its representatives.
Interesting. And these attacks have led you to our door, then? Are you hunting someone?
We're pursuing an investigation.
I see. Then this is a diplomatic mission that you're making here, then. Good relations and such. Very well. Come back with us to South Village. Stay close. There are worse things in this part of the forest than pets. You might want to get your arms looked after as well, and your leg. Looks like you were also bitten.
I'll heal it myself.
What kind of people are these?
They are... They're very...
Like what?
Like a ranger's type of an idea. Like they are very, very one with nature, one with the whole around surrounding. They're very much hunters. You can guess that very easily by the dogs and things. Matter of fact, as you think about that, you realize that that's actually one of their exports is pets. They train a lot of pets and they send them out.
And they're all humans.
Yeah, they're all humans. And so they start making their way back into town.
I'm gonna put my cloak on
Okay.
to go into town.
Actually, that's the wrong town. Let me put you into the correct town.
Hey.
There it is. They make it to this town, and the town itself is very small. They're again, it's as soon as you actually make your way further and further into the town itself, you realize that there's lots of rain. There's lots of mist everywhere. You also realize that there's lots of rivers and things that kind of go through the land, kind of like natural rivers. This specific town, Sophie actually takes you to her home, as most of the other people kind of go off into their own separate directions. One of her guards, if you will, is following her and allowing you to go inside her home. And she opens the door and lets you walk in. So I brought you to my home. This is Boris, my husband. I'm the leader of the South Village.
Boris Yeltsin.
Tell me more about what it is that you are looking for here in Torrent Haven.
We're looking for a sorcerer.
A sorcerer? There's not very many Torrent Haven people who are sorcerers. It's not our speciality.
I heard there was a very special sorcerer that came from Blackburn.
Dragonborn. May look similar to this one here.
Oh.
Or not. Maybe not. I don't know.
Hildren.
Is that his name?
Well, you would know better than I.
Why is that?
She said your father's name.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we know Gildren. It's kind of hard to miss someone as shiny as he is. Is he the one that you're searching for?
Possibly. What? The only thing we know about him really is that he has 4 fingers on one of his hands.
4 fingers on his left hand, yes.
Hmm.
Lost his pinky, I believe. Childhood accident.
And possibly that may be him. Is there any way we can speak with him? There's some possible possessions going on in Elderhold.
Possessions, you say?
Correct. We don't know if it's magical or spiritual.
That is very interesting.
The possessions are demonic.
I'm gonna turn to y'all and be like, shh. Like, we don't need to share Elderhold business in Torrent Haven. Our investigation is our concern. We do need to speak with him, of course.
Why? They're offering help.
Still,
Why are you so distrusting?
we're being attacked by foreign powers. We don't know. We're in a foreign country.
Well, let's just say that if you were to go into any of the other villages, if you found your way to them, they would be a lot less trusting of you. We don't deal with very many outsiders, which is why I can easily pick out Gildren in a crowd. There's a few outsiders that go and they talk to the king, but they're very far and few between. The rest of us are just, well, simple folk, if you will. Still, it looks like you need some rest and some relaxation before you continue your journey. Obviously, you can't go out in this rain and this weather. Yes?
I see no reason to wait. I feel well rested. How far is Gildren?
Well, if he's with the king, that's a 4-day ride. Not very far as distance, but as far as traversing the mountains And by the sound of this rain and this storm, the rivers are going to be full, which is going to make your travel even harder. Not to mention that, oh, the beast may find you.
Is there a Church of Lathander near the king?
You're definitely not from around here. No, there is no Church of Lathander. There is no Church of the Great Old Ones. There is no church of any type here. No. We try to keep our nose out of God's ways. Better to live in obscurity and live only once than to raise the ire of those who are watching us. Still, I would suggest staying the night. Head out in the storm like this and you'll just become another folktale. Those who will venture out at night are eaten. But I'm sure great knights such as yourselves would have no need for worry. Yes?
What guilds do you have in town?
Guilds?
Guilds. Anything of the sorts.
There is only the village and we villagers. That is it. We have no need for guilds. We have no need for many of the things you city folk seem to hold so dear. No great buildings. No great cathedrals. Our wants are a lot less than that.
Very well.
You hear Boris and he says, Sophie, Andre Biesta. He's out there tonight. We need to secure the town. Yes, Boris, yes. You will excuse me and my husband as we go and make preparations for our town.
What beast are you talking of?
Conrad Biesta. The great beast. King beast, to be precise. But he seems to always get himself into quite a frenzy around this season. Best to make preparations.
Is there anything we can help with?
No, we are quite used to protecting our borders.
Fair enough.
Thank you for your
I am pretty good with
considerations.
fortifications. And I can't help but admire your weapon.
I saw yours as well. Do you mind if I look at yours?
I'll show you.
Made it myself.
She's very interested in the tinketry that you have, and so she actually hands you hers as well. Maybe we can talk as we do some work. The craftsman, that is.
Your sight's about 2 inches to the left.
Maybe.
You notice you miss a lot and you have to compensate?
I do no compensations.
Neither do I.
Yeah, so she's gonna go out and start doing some fortifications around the town. Are you guys gonna follow, or are you guys just gonna...
Oh, she doesn't need help. She doesn't need help.
You just see that this town, even though it is small, or this village, it seems like there's lots of people in the village that are kind of compact inside these homes, and they kind of pop out and they start taking some torches and lighting them all on the edges of the town. You see kids, you see older ladies, you see it's a wide range of all the villagers are going out and doing some support with this.
I'm just to help them expedite the torch lighting. I'm just going to druid craft and light all the torches.
Okay. So yeah, you go outside and you start doing that. As you do, two of the kids that were about to light the torch start getting into an argument and they start fighting. They think that the other one lit the torch and it was their turn. And so they start arguing and start fighting and start pushing each other. And they actually start getting like quite a bit forceful with one another. These kids are about 7 and 5, and they seem like they're brothers. And the parents kind of look at them and they kind of yell at them, "Knock it off! We have business to do." And they kind of keep going as these kids are starting to really get pushing each other and start throwing punches at each other now. You can do anything else? Just kind of like,
Does it look like their crops need growing? Like,
you can't see the crops from here, but you can definitely smell them. You can smell which you can easily smell as like a vineyard. The smell of the grapes and things, like being recently crushed. You can definitely have that smell. It has a very pungent smell to it. Very pleasing smell, but very pungent nonetheless. So there has to be vineyards around there somewhere, but you can't see them at this point.
Let's all get some rest.
Okay. The younger brother, the 5-year-old, is now on top of the other one, and he is just smacking the hell out of him. Beating the hell out of him.
I'm gonna walk over there and like grab them both and be like, I lit it. Stop.
They're still kind of fighting each other and trying to release. They're going to try to do a strength check. So go ahead and do a strength check as well. What'd you roll for strength?
17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
21. They can't escape, and so one of them starts like to hit your arms and stuff. Leave me alone, leave my brother alone. And so the other one starts to, like the younger one, he starts to fuss with you as well, and he reaches over and he just bites into your arm to get you to let go.
I'm gonna flick him in the head.
And you do, and he kind of just cries a little bit, and then you can see the parents come over and they're like, you two again, gosh, just always fighting, just get inside. And so they look at you, and they look at your companions.
Hello.
And they leave. And the mother slaps the boys in the back of the head and sends them off. And you see that now the mother is talking to Sophie. Talking kind of animatedly. Would anybody like to try to hear the conversation?
I mean, I guess.
No?
Sure.
Kinda
Why not?
Why don't I just like?
Why not?
So I like walk by and like try to listen in.
Okay, roll for perceptions.
I'm gonna use my big elven ears.
Oh, 19.
19, you hear.
I also got a 19. Hey!
15.
You hear injured, the word injured. The two of you guys hear that these travelers have been injured and they need to be taken care of. We don't want any infections. And Sophie says, yes, we know. It's being taken care of. And she kind of pats the mother, and the mother just kind of takes off. Before it's nighttime, or before you're actually heading into bed, she pulls you guys back into the rooms. Again, it looks like just the torches have been set out, and that in itself is some kind of warding against whatever this beast is running around. And as you make your way back inside, Boris has a pestle, and he's grinding up some herbs and things. There's some berries in there as well that he's kind of grinding in. And he says, looks like you guys have been bitten by the wolves. You need to put this on those bites or they're going to get infected. And so he goes over, he's going to start, anybody who's been bitten. You've been bitten. You've been bitten. I think this is the two of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to allow him to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. It kind of stinks, but kind of just rubs it into some of your wounds. Kind of stings a little bit. Not too bad, but yeah, it's okay. If it's supposed to stop some kind of infection, that's all right. Then he comes over to you and does the same thing and rubs some over your leg, and then rubs some over the arm that the kid bit into. He rubs it over there. He rubs it into your leg. It stings a little bit. Not too bad though, you're alright. But when he rubs it into your arm, there's a shock of pain. Like, you don't know what the deal is, but it was a shock of pain.
I can't breathe.
In fact, you even like cry out slightly about the pain from this arm bite. Do a Constitution saving throw.
Get +5.
+5. Natural 20.
You grit your teeth. You feel you kind of overpower it by a force of will. But as soon as you cry out, Boris and Sophia look at each other, and they hand you the rest of the things. They keep putting this on those. If it hurt, that means there's some poison in your system, and you just need to continue putting this salve on.
I'm telling him, well, I didn't get bit by the wolf here. That child bit me.
It's in everything that we have here. It's in the water that we drink.
Oh.
I'm gonna walk over to Maiden and be like, I have my own things for this as well. I'm gonna use lay on hands.
Okay. The wound itself starts to close up. Very easy. It's a very shallow bite. And as you're doing that, Sophie shoves you. No. This needs to heal on its own. If you heal up that wound and it completely seals over, then you can't put the salve on you anymore. I must insist it needs to heal on its own. You'll be fine as long as you have the salve.
Okay.
I'm not gonna use it for healing like points of damage. I'm gonna use it to like the cure or neutralize that poison.
Okay. So yeah, the amount that you've given to him, to her, you feel it was sufficient to kind of heal whatever kind of poisons there are from your understanding.
I'm kind of whisper to you. I'll be like, I mean, you should be fine, but if you wanna, I mean, do you know anything about this salve? You know more about nature than I do.
Do I? Actually, I do. Like,
Elhadar, do a investigation check real quick.
I use my passive of 18.
Okay.
11.
It's like I'm investigating but not investigating. Like my awareness just kind of.
Okay.
11.
Okay, and that was for what again? Sorry.
Nature?
Nature check. Yeah, you should be fine. You're alright. As long as you put the salve on, you should be okay. Something strikes you as odd with your investigation. Some of the technology that they used to make your guns, in particular, the guns of Elderhold, there's very few of them in Elderhold. It's kind of a new technology that they're using. It looks like they have some of that same technology in their weapons as well. You would have expected it to come to some different conclusions on how to get to this point, but some of the mechanisms are almost exact copies. And so you get the impression that someone must have gotten one of these prototypes and given it to these people to build their weapon from.
I wonder who.
I wonder who as well.
I'm gonna ask Sophie.
Okay.
Sophie, may I ask you a question?
You've asked a few. Yes, continue.
Where did you get these weapons from?
We make them.
You make them?
Mm-hmm.
Where did you get your prototype from? Because a lot of these parts are very familiar to me. I would figure in this land, in this area, it might have been a little different, but it's almost identical to what I was taught.
Well, we have, as I said, some visitors who come to our land. Usually we are interested in trying to better ourselves as a community, of course.
Did you ever have a visitor by the name of... God, what was his name? Paracelsus?
Oh!
Jesus.
Paracelsus.
Here's the voice.
Paracelsus.
Did you ever have a visitor by the name of Paracelsus?
Paracelsus. No. I would have remembered a name like Paracelsus. No, nothing like that.
Any other tinkerers?
I have some guesses about some of the visitors that we've had. I would guess that maybe one or two of them are tinkerers. Yes. We've had an alchemist, I'm sure of. Carried potions and things. A few tinkers. He wasn't a gnome, he was an elf. Yeah, just various different things. Again, we collect different things and try to improve upon them to make our society a little stronger and more apt to defend ourselves in such harsh environments. Nothing to be worried about.
I wasn't worried. It was more curiosity than anything else. Just a lot of the design of this.
Yeah.
It's
Great minds think alike often.
it's usually how it goes.
At this point, Boris actually comes up and interrupts the conversation and hands you basically a sleeping bag for the most part. This should keep you all warm through the night.
Oh, I'm good. I really don't sleep.
I wish we didn't have to either, but if you hear anything going bump in the night, don't go out. Best to keep that outside.
That seems like a good something to follow.
Mm-hmm.
You know these lands better than I.
Anybody else gonna do anything else before it's bedtime?
Nope, I'm just gonna make myself super tiny and find a plant and, just make a makeshift.
Do
Bed out of
the
it.
trees do the trees around here look familiar to my vision?
Everything looks familiar. There's not that oak tree that you were looking at earlier, though. That's the one thing that's kind of missing, but everything else seems very, very similar.
Can I ask them where the beast comes from? Like what direction?
Comes from everywhere. No one's known. There's many parties that like to go out. Different seasons, of course. Less hostile seasons. But we've been unable to find out where its lair is found. Which is strange considering its size. So, any other questions you have for me before bed?
None for me.
Through the course of my investigation, did I notice anything about her weapon that was actually maybe a upgrade
Oh, yes.
in comparison to mine?
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna jot that down,
Oh, I'm sure you would.
and then I'm probably going to make upgrades.
You realize that by modifying the gun, the barrel itself, the way that she's barreled hers, that you could actually get a little bit more power out of the gun that you're using. As a matter of fact, just by the way that it's spiraled on the inside.
Rifling. Yep.
Yep. And so, after like maybe a little bit of time and tinkering with your own weapon, you might be able to get an additional. Let's see, what's right now what your D is?
2d10.
2d10. You might be able to get an additional like D4 worth of damage in there. Also, it's going to be a lot trickier, but if you were to mimic some of the things that she's doing with her scopes, you'd be able to easily get another 250 yards added to what you have already. Right there.
Turn it into a sniper rifle.
Yeah, there you
It's
go.
already kind of a sniper rifle.
It already has some great range on it, but this is like something
it's got a 240 max range already.
Yeah, but this is
500.
500.
That'd be legit.
So, yeah. You're very, very excited to do that one, but you think that one's going to have a little bit more tinkering to do. And you'll have to do checks to see how well you get the design right. But
that makes sense.
But yeah, you're very excited about that.
Turns it into a pistol.
So everybody's going to lay down for the night?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna meditate.
Yeah. So
As you're meditating and resting, we're going to stop here. But before we leave off, do a perception check to see if you guys can see what's going on through the night.
7.
You are sleeping soundly.
they're asleep.
I rolled out. I mean, it was 15, but since I rolled out, you want to re-roll it?
Oh, it rolled out?
Yeah.
That's fine. You can roll on.
Okay.
20.
So
20, you hear it.
Mine's also a 20.
Mine's 15 plus 7.
All right. Yeah. So so 3 of you guys hear it. For whatever reason, he's not comfortable or whatever it is since we start snoring, and so it's kind of a loud noise. So you don't hear what's going on outside. But the 3 of you guys, it wakes you up. you hear something with the most the growling noise is so bass. It's got such a large chest that it just permeates everything. Super, super low, super, super big. And as you run to the window to kind of look outside, you see like the trees themselves kind of like shift slightly with the steps of what's going on. Even though the steps are huge, you can't hear them. You can see the effects of those steps with the trees and things shifting, but you can't hear the steps. But you do also see one more thing. You see eyes, probably is larger than your head, and then you also see very clearly that its coat is stark snow white. It is almost blindingly white, and it just stays on the outside of the town and doesn't get close to the fire.
I'm gonna send my owl out to look at it.
I have to. Oh man, this is gonna be fun. So you send out your owl. Give me the specifics on how it's gonna be going out there. Is it gonna be going up high? Is it gonna be going down low?
We'll go high first, and if it can't see through the trees or anything like that, it'll try to perch on a tree, if anything.
Okay.
And try to get a close look at it.
There's a moment where, and you can see through it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a moment that you see just how large it is, and then the next moment it looks like it's just gone. And it's looking around, trying to figure out where it's coming from. And the next thing you realize is that as you're looking through it, you see teeth coming over the top of it and crushed down. And the next thing you see is it's just black.
Perfect.
And that's where we'll end tonight. Hope you've all enjoyed our show. Hopefully there weren't too many technical difficulties, although I did count a few. And yeah, we'll see you all here next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. And thank you guys for watching.
Bless you.
Thank you.